Tuskegee fans, get ready. The hard-hitting action of Golden Tigers football is back as the winningest HBCU football program in the nation. All eyes are on the Golden Tigers in the 2024 football season with over a nation-leading 714 wins, 12 HBCU national championships, and 28 SIAC titles. The Golden Tigers are set to add another trophy to the crowded Tuskegee mantle with a championship run this season. As they do so, the Golden Tigers Sports Network is ready to bring you all the action from the gridiron. From every play to every touchdown, GTSN will be there with all of the excitement of Tuskegee football. And our coverage begins right now. Let's go inside the stadium. Here with the call, GTSN's Charles Ward and Mark Lassiter.
On an absolutely gorgeous day here in Jackson, Tennessee, we're live from Lane Field As the Golden Tigers are on the road this afternoon, getting set to meet the Dragons of Lane College. Glad you could join us for the coverage on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Special coverage this afternoon, video coverage for you, thanks to the Lane College Athletics Department. Charles Ward alongside Mark Lassiter with the play call. Last on the road, Golden Tigers win the ball game last weekend against the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College, get their second conference win of the season. They meet another conference foe this afternoon.
Charles, a great man, once said, you can't stop there. You got to coordinate. You can't stop with 2 wins in a row. You got to coordinate Tuskegee's offense along with their always solid defense. And if Tuskegee can coordinate, they'd be happy to go 3 in a row.
Indeed, they will. They did some coordinating last weekend with the 42 points offensively. The offense really getting into the rhythm along with that defense, as you referenced. Going to need that same kind of output this afternoon against the Dragons of Lane College.
Well, let's talk about it a second. Last week, Tuskegee dropped a 42-0 bagel on Morehouse. One of the best things they can do this week, Charles, is forget about that game because Lane is coming in. They would like nothing better than to stop Tuskegee's winning streak. Lane coming in at 1-4. Don't let the record fool you.
Indeed, they won one of their ball games this year. They come in 1-4. They beat the Tigers of Benedict, the defending SIAC champs, early in the season. But since then, they've reeled off 3 losses in a row, and Tuskegee wants to give them the 4th this afternoon. Tuskegee with the 401 yards total offense last weekend against Morehouse. And on the defensive side, a name we called all last weekend, Kawan Kimber named SIAC Player of the Week to lead that defense.
Kimber had 7 unassisted tackles last week against Morehouse. The Tuskegee defense has always been the signature feature of this team, led by its linebackers and defensive backs. If Tuskegee gets any kind of consistent production up front, they're in good shape.
You talk about up front, that running core for Tuskegee last weekend with a good offensive front in front of them really had their way with Johnny Morris running for the first time this year over 100 yards in that ball game.
Tuskegee also has another unique feature, Charles. Not 2, not 3. Tuskegee will feature as many as 4 running backs. All of them very similar, all about 5'9", 5'10". Quick starts, a nice burst off the ball, but Tuskegee's depth at running back is one of the more well-kept secrets of this season.
Indeed. We saw Morris last weekend with Leverett as well as Sellers coming in for the Golden Tigers running the football. Golden Tigers break the seal here on the banner. They're onto the football field and getting set for football action. We're set for our first break here in the Booster Displays pregame show, and we'll take it right now on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery, elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
Hi, I'm Aaron James, head coach at the Tuskegee University. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Go TU.
We're back live inside the Booster Displays pregame show, getting set for the Golden Tigers to tangle with the Dragons of Lane College. And as they are at the sideline getting set for the kickoff, we're down at field level with head coach Aaron James.
Coach James, it's game time. What's top of mind for you, Coach, in terms of going 1-0 today?
we just got to stay our course. I mean, just stay the course and just do what we got to do. I mean, we just play our style of ball and just make sure we eliminate the turnovers and just play our style of ball and just make plays. That's it.
Good luck, Coach.
Head coach Aaron James getting his thoughts right before we get set to kick it off with the Dragons of Lane College. And Mark, as we heard Coach James's thoughts coming into this ball game, let's talk a little bit about our Wind Creek Casino Montgomery keys to the game for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee.
First key to this game, Charles, Sweet 17. They've got to keep the second half momentum that they've established in the last couple of games. Tuskegee's been really effective since the Grambling game, coming out of the locker room, having really effective drives. Tuskegee is also tied with Tuskegee for the best average points allowed. We know the stats may be a little bit skewed, but Tuskegee comes into this game only allowing 17 points a game. Another key, rush hour. These are the first and second ranked rush offenses in the conference. Something to keep an eye on. Run the football, stop the run. Last key, Tuskegee's defensive line versus Lane's offensive line. Tuskegee is a little bit light on the edge, so their defensive ends are going to have to be able to withstand the pressure from the offensive tackles of Lane.
Wind Creek Casino Montgomery keys to the game. Mark Lassiter providing those for us as the Golden Tigers get set to meet the Dragons in Lane College. You referenced these offense being the most potent on the ground. Golden Tigers averaging right at 140 yards per game. And for the Dragons of Lane College at 166. So the turf here, or the grass here inside of Lane Field, may get a lot of work this afternoon.
We're going to find out early as Lane has decided to receive the opening kickoff. Something to watch for on the field with a natural grass turf here at Lane Field, right at the 50-yard line. Between the hash marks, they had to patch the field for what looked like a serious, almost a sinkhole that they patched with dirt, covered with turf. But if any team is operating around the midfield stripe, something to keep an eye on in terms of footing.
Larkin Ryans to get us going. Tuskegee going right to left first quarter of play. Back deep, it'll be Wilson and Dewey for the Dragons of Lane College. Larkin with the kick, and we're underway here at Lane Field. It'll be fielded right there by Wilson near the 15-yard line. He's got a crease up the middle, runs it past the 30-yard line for the Dragons of Lane College as the player is already mixing it up here back near midfield. And the Dragons on their first drive after return by Wilson will start the drive past their 30-yard line near the 34.
You know when teams come out for pregame, Charles, and they're in their chanting mode, both these teams are very feisty during pregame warm-ups.
Indeed. Dragons at 1-4 overall and 1-3 in SIAC play. The Golden Tigers at 2-3 and 2-1 in the SIAC play. We're going to talk more about this as we take a look at the SIAC standings in this first quarter at some point. That things are so tight now that this chippiness or this edginess is definitely something you can expect throughout the rest of the season. So the Dragons now led by their junior quarterback, Nigel Johnson, and he'll line up in the pistol, joined by Dewey in the backfield. They'll keep it on the ground. Dewey, the junior, runs it past the 35 up near the 36-yard line. Take a look at that Tuskegee defense. Starting lineup for Tuskegee brought to you by TNT Fireworks. It'll be Messiah Wells, Terrence Mays, the second-team all-conference player, Jarrell Colbreth, he's second-team as well, and Anthony Scott, the four up front for the Golden Tigers. At the corner, Michael King and Tyler Smith. Michael King, first-team all-SIAC, and we'll get the second free safety and the safety after this play. Rossi Grimes, we know, going at one of them. And last weekend, Cameron Reynolds substituted at the start by Michael McGuire, the freshman, and McGuire is out there on his first possession, rolling right side. They dump it upfield, trying to catch up with it, but past the outstretched arms of King, and the catch is made by Wilson on the other end of the field for the Dragons of Lane College.
Rashad Wilson of Lane actually had to slow up to turn and make that reception at the 30-yard line. Tuskegee had deep coverage, but Lane on a huge pickup.
Wilson with his third grab of the season for the Dragons of Lane College. They pushed the football all the way down to the Tuskegee 30-yard line on this first possession. Johnson, he'll line up shotgun. He'll take the snap. Shoots it out in the flats. Ball going to be dropped and picked up. Incomplete pass. Trying to get it out into the hands of Rashad Wilson.
Malik Moore on coverage on the right side. Something to watch for. We talked about at the beginning of this telecast, Charles. The defensive ends for Tuskegee have got to hold up. We've seen Coach Aaron James resort to corner blitzes and sometimes linebacker blitzes to make up for that lack of size at the end position.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion for the Dragons. We're live here from Lane Field. No score, just underway. Golden Tiger Sports Network covering Tuskegee football. Tripping up on the inside. That time is Dewey trying to find space back to the interior, but Tuskegee tripping him up near the line.
Player to watch also this afternoon, Terrence Mays, the defensive lineman for Tuskegee, goes 295, whereas number 99.
Sure, almost at the tip of every scale, weight-wise and jersey number, huh? 3rd and 10, no gain on the previous play. Movement up front, now get a flag generated here, no flag thrown, going back toward the pylon right side, and the pass underthrown and incomplete. The flag did come in far side of the field mark. So that'll be that obvious offside by Tuskegee jumping inside.
Lane trying to take advantage and going for the free play as referees did not signal for any stoppage of play.
Officiating crew for today's ball game. The referee is Jamie Martinez. And that first assessment going against the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee into today's action, 30 penalties, 262 yards, their first of the day. Makes it a 3rd down situation now here for the Dragons of Lane College, just outside the red zone of Tuskegee. 3rd and 5 from the 25, 12:51 left first quarter. Snap to Johnson on the ground. Met initially at the line of scrimmage on the surge. It was Ike Brown, the senior. Brown, the son of head coach Byron Brown, runs it to the inside. May have gotten two, not a whole lot more for Lane.
Lane was trying to run behind big Charles Sims. He's number 78, right tackle. Lane going for it now with a 4th and short.
So they'll line it up from the 22. Tuskegee, that defense being asked to step up early on in this football game. Good return for the Dragons on the initial kick. Got them set up for this drive, and right now they are just outside of the red zone at the 22. Tuskegee showing blitz at the corners. They're coming at it. They dump it down the middle of toward the end zone, and that one's overthrown. Had Wilson behind that Tuskegee defense. McGuire was trying to catch up with that play. Fortunately for the Golden Tigers, the pass overthrown.
Lane had what they wanted. Had a man open in the end zone. Pass, as you mentioned, just overthrown. A breath of relief for Tuskegee, if you will, on that 4th and short.
So Tuskegee now will take the football over after the missed 4th down opportunity for the Dragons. So the offense for the Golden Tigers out for the first time in the football game. TNT Fireworks starting lineup for the Golden Tigers. Johnny Gilbert at tight end, Terrence Jordan, Sean Stithen, LeBron Merriweather, and Brandon Arrington at that right guard, and that Elliot Howell at the tackle. They are the up front push for the Golden Tigers. Beckford, McGee, Brigman, the 3 wideouts. And at quarterback, it's Raquan Bill. Sliding the line now, Justin Stith in that starting lineup. Now 3 receivers at the bottom. They're going to go option that side, and Bill, with no one to pitch it to, was wrapped up at the corner. Good defensive work there by the Dragons on that play.
Anthony Otis, defensive lineman for Lane, with penetration from the left side, got a hand on Beal, and nothing doing for Tuskegee on that first stop.
Johnny Morris lines up at running back for the Golden Tigers. 107 yards rushing last weekend. 71 carries, 278 yards on the season. And if things are getting loud to our left, that means that the Crimson Piper Marching Band has made its way inside of Lane Field. Tuskegee with the football. Lost 2 on the previous play. Stith slides the line right side. Snap to Bill. They'll keep it on the ground. Morris looks for some running room right side, or left side that is. Got some space up near the 30-yard line before he's corralled there by a pursuit of the Dragons defense.
Johnny Morris is able to get an excellent block on the Anthony Otis of Lane on that last running play to the near side. Otis is a player they've got to really be able to contain.
Morris with a good pickup there. Got some of that chunk back after the lost yardage on the first play from scrimmage. That'll make it third down and about 6 now for Tuskegee. Bill, ball fake to Stiff. Out in space, has his legs taken from under him, but a good second effort there to avoid the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. But the surge just way too heavy for the Dragons of Lane College. Tuskegee's going to have to punt this football.
We've seen Raekwon Beal, Charles, get more comfortable with the offense from week to week, but that time made the connection. No space on the right side. Lane had excellent pursuit and coverage.
Step for step on that play, so the Golden Tigers now will send on Larkin Ryans to punt the football away. Ryans on the season at 30 yards per punt. Averaged 42 yards per kick last weekend in the win over Morehouse. 9:50 remains first quarter, no score. Ryans trying to kick it away from the return. And this one will take a positive roll upfield for Tuskegee. Rolls inside the 30 down near the 29-yard line, and that's where the Dragons will have their second possession.
Although Ryans wasn't able to get a spiral off that last punt, he did get enough forward roll to give Tuskegee a few extra yards and prevent the run back. Tuskegee's defense now on the field for the second time. Talk about the conditions, Charles. We're expecting mid-80s here in Jackson, Tennessee. Got to keep an eye on those big defensive linemen.
Indeed. Warm day here, wind at about 10 miles an hour. Really not a big factor. But for this time of year, you'll take a day like this for college football. So the Dragons back out now under the junior quarterback, Johnson. Tuskegee with 4 up front defensively. Johnson, quick hitting pass out in the flats. Catch going to be made there by Zarik Williams. Williams turns it upfield for the Dragons, close to the first down marker.
Nothing fancy. Both teams seem to be probing on offense. Lane, based on their field position, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to establish their run game on the next couple of plays. They're almost to that midfield stripe.
You're talking about Kylan Dewey, the running back for the Dragons of Lane College. He's first team All-SIAC and preseason offensive player of the year. So he is a big part of that run game for them. Have not seen him very much so far in this first quarter. He has a carry there. And Dewey takes it past the 35 up near the 37-yard line, about a yard shy of the marker for the Dragons. So they'll mark him at the 38. Got to get it right at the 40 for the first down.
It appeared the officials are calling a brief timeout to allow a player for Lane to go off for a equipment malfunction. They're coming over the 3rd and short now.
Johnson in the pistol. We're down to 9:02 left first quarter. Quick moving first quarter so far. Snap to Johnson. They'll keep it on the ground. Brown got it, but Tuskegee met him at the line, and they push him back. Good surge up front for the Golden Tiger defense.
That surge was led by big number 93, Caleb Harrell, 6'2", 300-pound junior for Tuskegee. Got inside before that play had a chance to develop. Tuskegee's defense, again, stout, bringing up this 4th and 4.
So now the Dragons of Lane College and Marcelo Ortiz will punt it away.
Charles, coming in, I had a sense this was going to be a very low-scoring game. I don't know what stat evidence gives me that right to have an opinion on that, but it just feels like it's going to be a low-scoring afternoon.
Well, you're right so far. We don't have any. Punt by Ortiz, got it floated in the air. Fair catch is going to be called for and made at the 31-yard line. So Tuskegee, with Karan Taylor making that fair catch, will have their second possession with 8:10 left first quarter play.
Both of these offenses seem to be trying to probe the other's defense. Again, both defenses are very highly ranked in the conference. Tuskegee's passing game is going to be really interesting to see if they can get something developing for Raekwon Beal, who's been better and better as the weeks have gone on.
Beal, 7 of 12 last weekend for just 67 yards, but they didn't really have to rely on the pass. They did so well on the ground. They'll go on a direct snap here on that Wildcat and straight ahead with a carry near the 37-yard line. That's Johnny Morris. And a big first down pickup there by Tuskegee, about 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
As we saw last week when Tuskegee fell in love with the Wildcat formation, running that on 4 consecutive plays on a very significant drive last week in Columbus. Tuskegee's depth at running back is going to be a very important key in this game, especially with the heat.
Morris with a pickup of 7 on that play from scrimmage as we go to 8 minutes left first quarter. No score. Still that Wildcat formation for the Golden Tigers. This time Leverett will take a turn with it, and Leverett just pushing those strong legs of his. It'll depend on the mark. Maybe a little bit shy of that first down marker, but a great effort there by Desmond on the carry.
Leverett was trying to run behind big number 73, Jordan Foy, 6'5", 350-pound freshman out of Pleasant Grove, Alabama. That's right, he's a freshman at 350.
Leverett, 28 carries, 134 yards coming into today's ball game. His first carry there, about a yard shy of the marker. And this time Bill lines up at quarterback. No, correction, that's the Wildcat again. They'll run it straight up the middle of the gut. They go, turning it left side now with some space. Toward the outside, one man to beat. That's Sellers, and Sellers got in for the touchdown for the Golden Tigers. Sellers able to sell it up the middle and then burst to the left. And the good blocking downfield by the receiving core, and Chase able to come all the way left side for the score for Tuskegee.
Charles, once Sellers got to the second level, made that plant step around the 40-yard line, cut back to the inside, and it was clear sailing. Just showed the burst of speed, scored the 6.
Larkin, Ryan on to try the point after now. Kick is up, and Ryans knocks it through for the Golden Tigers. So Tuskegee, as you talked about, this little punching match going on between these offenses. Tuskegee draws the first punch on a run by Sellers left side. They lead at 7-0. First time out coming away here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make it to level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino.
To the left, and just that quickly, Tuskegee leads at 7-0. Ryans to kick it now. He'll do what's middle of the field. On the return, it'll be Wilson again. Wilson streaks left side, got some space there, works his way up past the 35, near the 37-yard line. Another good return by Rashad Wilson. And the Dragon offense comes out with good field position to start this drive.
Give credit to Ronaldo Spivey, running back for Tuskegee on special teams that got in on that tackle. There was space on the far sideline.
Yeah, Wilson, one of the more dangerous return men in the SIAC in the last 2 kicks. We've seen that. Good burst of speed by him. Golden Tigers catching up with that play. They'll put Wilson down at the 36. So the Dragons will start their drive from the 36 now. After Tuskegee gets that 7-0 lead after straight run up the middle and cut left by Jay Sellers. Johnson on the ground. This is Dewey with the football, and he runs it past the 40 up to the 42-yard line.
A name we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Kaquan Kimber for Tuskegee with an excellent tackle right at the 41-yard line. There was more space if King Kimber doesn't make that stop.
Pickup of 6 on that play by Dewey on a run. Ball fake this time to go up top. Catch is going to be made there with the grab for the Dragons of Lane College is Carl Pitts, the freshman from Birmingham. And that's a first down for the Dragons of Lane College. Good ball fake there by Johnson, the quarterback. So now the football just near midfield at the 49-yard line for the Dragons of Lane College.
And they're very close to that ball spot on the field, in between the hash marks, right at the 50-yard line.
Dewey joins Johnson in the backfield. Slot is to the bottom of the screen. They'll keep it on the ground. Dewey trying to dance for some space. Found out a little bit. Tuskegee had him pent behind the line of scrimmage, but he did find some daylight left side. Runs it for about 2 yards for the Dragons as somebody lost a shoe out there.
Let's go ahead and give credit to Malik Moore on the tackle. Malik Moore has been suffering with a bruised right hand. He was playing with it against Morehouse with almost a boxing glove type wrapping on it. Only wearing the golf gloves today. We'll keep an eye on Malik Moore.
Pickup of 3 on that play. 2nd and 7 for the Dragons, just inside of Tuskegee territory after the run. Dewey again, right side, good stutter step by him. He'll work his way toward the hash mark, and he's down near the 39. That's another Dragon first down.
Charles, this is a very fast field. It's a grass field, as we mentioned off the top, but it's cut very short. So running back should have no problem getting a quick burst off this field.
Got it down to the 39. That was a pickup of 9 on that run by Dewey. 5:03 remains first quarter. Tuskegee with the first score of the ball game, leading at 7-0. This time Johnson will keep it right side. Not the right decision for him. Wrapped up by a trio of Golden Tigers on the right side.
One thing we've noticed, you talk about the playing personality of this Tuskegee defense. They are very accurate tacklers. You don't see many missed tackles by the Golden Tigers.
Terrence Mays, the junior, leading that trio with the tackle of Johnson. Very solid tackle, as you referenced, last. We're at 4:32 left first quarter. 7-0 lead for Tuskegee. Dragons at the Tuskegee 36-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Trips to the top of the screen for Johnson. On the ground, they'll give it to a stutter step on the running back. That's Kenny. Kenny works his way all the way inside the 20, down near the 15-yard line before he steps out of bounds. Kenny wearing that number 33 for the Dragons of Lane College. Mark looks kind of similar to another number 33 from way back in the Dallas Cowboy days. With that good cut right side, Tony Dorsett look on that play for a big ground gainer there for the Dragons.
LaMarcus Kenny is only 5'8", but he showed a tremendous burst once he got to the sideline. Very difficult to catch up with Lane inside the red zone.
All the way down to the 16, pickup of 21 on that play. 3:34 left in this first period. Johnson ball fake, throws it to the end zone. They're trying to get it into their hands of their favorite target, Anthony Evelyn, but Evelyn met their good defensive work by Michael King at the point of contact between the two of him to break off the route by Evelyn. Evelyn with 31 catches on the season for the Dragons of Lane College, averaging 15.5 yards per catch and right at 100 yards per outing from the wideout for Evelyn. So the Golden Tigers secondary certainly have him on their radar this afternoon. Splits either side. Kenny joins Johnson in the backfield. High snap, they get it on the ground. Kenny looking for some space. He'll bounce out to the left side. Slides his way, fights off a tackler there, all the way down near the 2-yard line on the run left side. Kenny just difficult to get an arm around and stretch and wrapped up to pull him down.
Kenny ran right up the back of Xavier Hurd, the big offensive lineman for Lane. Nothing inside. Once he got free, broke to the outside and all the way inside the 5.
Running with his back toward the end zone at the back of this play. As you take another look at the replay of it, watch him at the end of this run. Backpedaling about 4 or 5 yards. It's electric slide-like on that play. They'll go on the ground, left side, nothing doing there. Golden Tiger defense, this time they get their arms wrapped around Kenny and send him to the surface.
Once again, Charles Sims for Lane couldn't get a block on the outside. Tuskegee had excellent penetration, stopping that for probably a loss of 2 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and goal to go now for the Dragons. That Golden Tiger defense has already stood stiff in one possession when the Dragons were inside the red zone early in this football game. Being asked to do it here and asked to do it on a full set of downs. Right now at 2nd and 5 for the Dragons with 2:10 left first quarter. Dewey back on the playing surface. He joins Johnson in the backfield. Slot is at the bottom of the screen. Evelyn in the middle of that. And the Dragons, before they get an assessment, they took a timeout right at 2 minutes. 1:59 left, first quarter to play. Timeout on the field. Tuskegee leading it 7-0, but the defense being asked to keep it that way. Dragons second and goal to go. We'll take a break on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Versus them, survival. We must win, it's tribal. My team like Ken, by any means necessary. One head-to-head with adversaries. Nothing is given, so we gotta take.
Willie Streeter here, owner of Vibes Restaurant and Lounge in Tuskegee, Alabama. Also the host of the Aaron James Coaches Show. And this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Live here at Lane Field on the just off the campus of Lane College. And it's second and goal now for the Dragons of Lane College after the timeout. Tuskegee with a 7-0 lead, but the Dragons on an impressive drive after a return kick near the 36-yard line. And they've taken it down to the 5-yard line. Johnson, Dewey in the backfield. They bring a man in motion. Left side, ball fake that way. They'll go to the right side. Back of the end zone, got a man wide open there. Easy touchdown pitch to Rashad Wilson.
Once Lane got the flow going to the left, Tuskegee overreacted, if you will, came back to the near side for an easy 6.
Wilson at the back of the end zone, and the Detroit native made the catch there for the Dragons. And they get on the scoreboard.
That's a play where you have to think there was a breakdown in communication between the defensive backs for Tuskegee, because that pass was about 8 yards open.
Ortiz now on to try to tie this football game up. Dragons, after kick return, drive at the length of the field for the score. High snap, they got that down. Ortiz with the kick, may have pushed it through. He didn't get a whole lot of lift on it, but got enough to knock it through to tie the football game at 7 each. 1:56 left, first quarter to play. Right back where we started. More football ahead on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. .149 left here, first half, quarter of play. Tuskegee 7, Dragons of Lane College 7. Kickoff has already been returned by the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. On a return, it was with on Beckford. Beckford got it up near the 26-yard line, and that's where the Golden Tiger offense comes back for duty, Mark. And as you referenced on that touchdown play by the Dragons, they got Tuskegee's defense going to the right side of the field and an easy throw back to the middle of the end zone.
Just a breakdown in communication, something we haven't seen a lot by Tuskegee's defensive backs this season.
Bill going to take a shot up top, fires it toward the sideline. Beckford with a catch there. Nicely done, toe tap at the sideline. Got about 8 on the catch for the Golden Tigers.
Once again, a little bit of extracurricular activity after that last pass to the sideline. But let's talk about one of the features of this Tuskegee offense. They can run as many as 4 talented 5'9" running backs. We're talking about Chase Sellers, Johnny Morris, Desmond Leverett, and Ronaldo Spivey, who's seen some time this season. They've had very good effectiveness in picking up yards using those 4.
Sellers, notably with the touchdown run here to give Tuskegee his first touchdown. On the ground, they'll keep it. Spinning left side. And the pack falling near the 35. Looks like Leverett on the return or the carry there for Tuskegee as the blue jerseys unfold to reveal him at the bottom of the pile. And Leverett going to be just about a yard shy of the marker for the first down for the Golden Tigers.
As we've seen also this season, Tuskegee likes to call the play at the line of scrimmage. They do not huddle up. They'll look to the sideline while in formation.
Beal in pistol, joined by Leverett in the backfield. Now they'll look toward the sideline. The clock running at 35 seconds left. First quarter of play. Tuskegee about a foot shy of the first down for their first Vibes Restaurant first down of the ball game. They'll go on the ground. Leverett's going to have that first down knocked down in his tracks near the 36, but not until after the sticks moves for the Golden Tigers with 15 seconds left. So that's the Vibes Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter here at Lane Field. Tuskegee and the Dragons of Lane College SIAC action this afternoon. Tied at 7. We'll take a break and head into the second quarter after the timeout on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Fans, mark your calendars for a monumental event. Tuskegee University will celebrate the 100th homecoming this year on November 9th, 2024. Join us on Saturday inside Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium as the Golden Tigers take on the Miles Golden Bears with kickoff set for a 1 p.m. start time. Be sure to come out early, wear your crimson and gold, and help us make this homecoming one for the history books. We'll see you there.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
And welcome back, everybody. Our special coverage on the Golden Tigers Sports Network finds us on the road this afternoon at Lane Field in Jackson, Tennessee. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the call. Mark?
On the road and right next to the Tuskegee Marching Band. Nobody told me I was going to a concert today. It's a little bit unusual because our setup is outside. Literally, there is no press box on this side of the field. So if you hear any noise, it's just the Golden Tiger Marching Band.
And they're doing their thing, that's for sure. Always such a big part of any Tuskegee event, and particularly football. Second quarter we go. Golden Tigers with the football, tied 7-7 with the Dragons of Lane College from their own 36-yard line. They go left to right on your listening device on the ground. This is Leverett looking for the corner. Desmond turns the corner for Tuskegee, fights his way up to the 40-yard line, and finally wrestled down near the 41-yard line. Don't think he went out of bounds, but they'll mark him at the 41.
Now here's the position on the field, Charles. I expect the Tuskegee running game to start to take effect. They've had excellent success with using this 4 running back rotation. We'll see if they continue to keep the ball on the ground and look for the Wildcat formation.
Golden Tigers as a team last weekend, 253 yards on the ground rushing. And as you referenced, those 4 running backs for Tuskegee, real balanced effort last weekend. Second down and 5 after the run by Leverett left side. Pregame goes motion, top of the screen. Ball fake. Beal shoots it up the field. Catch by behind the defense there. That's an easy 6 there for Beckford. Beckford got behind the 2 defenders for the Dragons, turned around. Beal put it right on him. And an easy grab there for the run for Beckford for the touchdown.
We saw last week against Morehouse when Beal and Beckford hooked up, and Beal had the trust in Beckford to actually let go of it and put a little hot sauce on that throw. Beckford turned just in time, made the catch, sprinted to the end zone.
Second touchdown grab for Beckford on the season. As you referenced, got his first last weekend. That was good for 30. This one surpasses that with the catch downfield for the touchdown. 42-yard strike there. Tuskegee reclaims the lead as Larkin Ryans pushes it through on the point after to make it 14-7.
That was a timing route. Give credit for Beckford. Just as he's turning, gets his hands up in time, makes the reception in stride, takes it to the house.
Nice job there to answer that touchdown by the Dragons as Bill goes up top to throw the touchdown to Beckford. On the season for Bill, that's his 8th touchdown throw. And as we referenced, Beckford with his 2nd catch.
You can see the trust that Beal is developing with his wide receivers. He's talking to one of the Tuskegee coaches. They're even starting to hang out with one another. Receivers for Tuskegee, mostly underclassmen. So Beal, being the transfer student, this is an entirely new unit, getting to know one another.
Yeah. Early on, would not have seen that, but now as the season starts to unfold, we are seeing that those connections are being a little bit more pristine. That one was absolutely beautiful.
I'm just enjoying watching Beal cut it loose.
Yep.
That ball was thrown on a rope to Beckford. As he turned, that ball's about 30 yards in the air.
And had to really slice it in between 2 defenders as well. So Tuskegee with a 14-7 lead after the touchdown pass from Bill to Beckford. Ryans to Keck. This one will be over the head of Wilson and into the end zone. So the Dragons will start from scrimmage. And a quick response by that Golden Tiger offense to answer the touchdown by the Dragons.
Great point. I thought they were going to go conservative, but Coach Aaron James, who we saw warming up himself on the sideline before the game, pulls out a play that was really unexpected, allowing Beal to go right down the middle with an accurate throw.
Now the challenge for this Golden Tiger defense is to try to find some way to start shutting down this Dragon offense. On their possessions, they have been successful in terms of getting the football up the field. The first drive stalled, got a touchdown on their last.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game. Lane's offensive line is more muscular than Tuskegee on the ends. Watch to see if they try to run off tackle once again.
Johnson, ball fake, looks upfield. Got a man on a cutout route down here at the bottom of the screen. Catch going to be made there by Charles Barberine. Barberine, the freshman from New Orleans, with the grab. Pickup of about 6 on the pass to Barberine.
Now Barbarine's listed only at 5'7". He's a freshman, did an excellent job of making the catch over his head, not going out of bounds, keeping his balance, and picking up an additional 4 yards.
Just underway, second quarter action. Tuskegee with a 14-7 lead, but the Johnson and the Dragons of Lane College face a second down and 4 after Barberine makes a grab there. Ball fake again. Johnson looks like he made the wrong decision. Thought he was going to give it on the inside to Dewey, but he kept it, and he ran right into a couple of Golden Tigers right side.
Let's give a gold star early on to Lance Watkins, defensive lineman for Tuskegee. 6'2", 275 out of Powder Springs, Georgia, one of your hangouts.
Yep, right in the neighborhood. Third down 4 for the Dragons here. Big test for the Golden Tigers. Can they get off the field defensively here? Johnson, he'll take the snap from the shotgun. Looks upfield, feels the pressure, fires, got a man squaring at the 40-yard line. Catch going to be made there by Wilson as he went down to the grass to make it. And they'll move the football up to the 40-yard line.
Tuskegee had 2 coverage men, King short, and they also had Kimber a little bit long. Lane did an excellent job of finding the soft spot, picking up the first down.
Johnson again to the air, feels the pressure, steps up, fires it upfield. Wilson trying to lays out and catches the football way downfield. And all Michael McGuire can do is just watch that play unfold as Rashad Wilson just gave his body up to die for that one and able to pull it in for a long ground gainer inside the red zone for the Dragons.
Let's keep it real simple. Rashad Wilson found another gear as he was sprinting down the sideline at about the 10. Just got beyond the coverage, made an excellent catch in stride, and Lane is inside the red zone.
Nigel Johnson with a perfect pass downfield. He comes to the sideline pumping his fist as the Golden Tigers take a timeout here, just trying to catch their collective breath after that long play.
Okay, be honest. Did you think that ball was overthrown?
Oh, indeed. I think McGuire thought the same thing. He broke off his coverage. And as you referenced, Wilson just went to that next level or next gear and able to run it down, dove for it, and got it.
So I take back whatever I said about this being a low-scoring game at the top. Because both of these offenses are showing the propensity to open it up and connect on these big chunk plays.
And that was a huge one downfield to Rashad Wilson. He has been a nemesis to the Golden Tigers in this first half already with a couple of big plays. Actually squared up and caught the first down to allow them to keep the football, and then breaks free past the coverage downfield for the big catch.
Thing about Wilson, he's listed as only 5'8" from Detroit. He's only a freshman. So to see this kind of production early in this game, Wilson is someone that Tuskegee's going to have to make some adjustments to cover.
12:01 remaining in this first half of play. 14-7 lead for the Golden Tigers, but it's being threatened right now as the Dragons are inside the red zone. Dewey joins Johnson in the backfield. They split Pitts out left side. And they'll keep it on the ground. And a tie-up on the inside. Tuskegee playing that play well on the inside as Dewey is tied up.
Malik Moore for Tuskegee, a little bit slow getting up off the bottom of that pile. We'll watch the inside movement that Lane was trying to get inside, but Tuskegee very stout on this last defensive stand.
2nd and goal to go now for the Dragons. Football just inside the 10-yard line. Johnson in pistol. Dewey joins him in the backfield. Movement up front. Left tackle coming out of their way too early. That's Charles Sims, a freshman for the Dragons. And that'll push them back 5.
Give an assist to the Tuskegee band. The entire band saw the movement up front and shouted out for the flag. The referee does throw the flag. Lane will be pushed back another 5 yards.
So Jamie Martinez, the referee for this ball game, he too victim of the Crimson Piper Band.
I like a band that's paying attention, though. You know, it's one thing to play the music, but in between plays, they're actually following the action with very rapt attention.
Oh, no, we talked about this all season long, that the Tuskegee fan base is a very engaged and intellectual football fan base, and they don't miss a cue. When they can add that 12th man, they do it. So pushing the Dragons back 5 now. It'll be 2nd and goal to go in football now at the 13-yard line. 11:30 left first half. 14-7 lead for the Golden Tigers. Johnson slides Wilson down the line. He'll take the snap looking that way. Now steps up, pumps once. He's going to have to go to his bicycle. Runs it up the middle of the field and got it down near the 6-yard line on the carry by Johnson.
Nigel Johnson was looking for Rashad Wilson, the wide receiver, who was sprinting to the far corner of the end zone on the left side. Nothing doing as Tuskegee had excellent coverage on the outside.
So that'll make it 3rd and goal to go now from the 6-yard line. Now from this vantage point on the other end of the field, we saw them run that misdirection and to pull that Tuskegee defense to one side and throw it back the other way. Let's see if they go back to something like this.
Tuskegee was in zone. Let's see if they go man.
Johnson in shotgun. Splits either side. No motion on this play. Direct snap. Ball fake. Now they throw it across the middle. Crossing route. Pass goes incomplete. It's broken up there. Good defensive work inside the secondary there for the Golden Tigers. That's Adian Glover, the freshman from where? Tuskegee, Alabama, on the defensive stop inside.
Excellent play by Glover, not to pick up any type of interference call, as his timing was perfect on coverage. Over the middle, gets there just in time, knocks the pass away.
So Glover with the breakup in the end zone. And that'll bring on Ortiz now to try the field goal for the Dragons. This will be about a 23-yard effort for him. They'll put it down near the 13. Highest low snap, but they were able to get it controlled, and the kick by Ortiz is good for the Dragons in Lane College. So they don't come away empty. They get the field goal, but Tuskegee does not give up the touchdown, and they retain the lead 14-10.
What was curious about that, it was not only a high snap, it was a very slow snap.
slow.
Holder did an excellent job of holding that extra count, getting it down in place effectively to allow Lane to convert.
Yeah, I was stuck on the high part because it was so slow. It slowed down my cadence as well. So they do knock down the field goal, though. And the Tuskegee lead now is 14-10. 10:23 remains in this first half of play. And as we stay here on this break mark, we talk about this ball game coming into it for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, 2-3 on the season at this point, and 2-1 in the SIAC. Standings in the SIAC, still a lot of football left, but as Tuskegee tries to ply its way into a scenario where they can finish 1 or 2 in the conference, they can will their own destiny to a large degree if they can win ball games as they face them throughout the rest of the season.
As you mentioned, the season got off to a very disappointing and unexpected 0-3 start for Tuskegee, but in the last 2 weeks they seem to have found a groove, and they would like nothing better than to see if they can make it 3 in a row. That would put them right at 500 and feeling very good about themselves going into the second half of the season.
Ortiz to kick it away, and back deep. We haven't called his name in a while, Caron Taylor, but he won't have a run opportunity here. This will be a short kick. It'll come down near the 30-yard line, and Tuskegee will start the offense from the 30. They were trying to kick it away from Taylor, notably, but they kicked it short, so the offense for the Golden Tigers starts from the 30.
And Charles, while we have a moment, I'd like to just recognize 3 Tuskegee alumni chapter presidents who have cited their interest and support of the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Arthur Woodson out of New York, Janet Martin, Nan Montgomery, and Charlotte Hopkins of Atlanta. Those 3 presidents are on our team.
Indeed. Trying to do more outreach to the alumni chapters across the country to get more engagement with the Golden Tiger Sports Networks, your network covering the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, and we welcome any kind of insights that you may have to help us increase the level of our coverage of Tuskegee athletics. On the run left side, Tuskegee with a big ground gainer there, about 7 on that pickup, and it looks like that was Sellers on the carry for the Golden Tigers with the pickup there. They go into that Wildcat formation once again with Sellers and Spivey lining up in the backfield for Tuskegee. Second down and 6, so pick up a 4. Pitch there. They're going to want to reverse there. Looking upfield now, trying to angle and raising, throwing it upfield, just heaving it down there. Coverage and attempted catch made near the 21, but out of bounds. They went with a couple of flea flickers on that, and at the end of it, they were trying to get it downfield to Jonathan Montreville, the senior, but the pass thrown to the sideline, and Montreville not able to pull it in.
So let's recap.
Yeah,
Tuskegee
please.
just ran a Wildcat double reverse with Michael Franklin, the backup quarterback, throwing a ball that I thought he had no business throwing, but at the end of it was more accurate than expected, about 40 yards downfield. That was very close to being completed.
Yeah, he was stumbling awfully tough to his left, just difficult to stay up, but able to get it downfield. Possible catch. It goes incomplete instead. Beal fires across the middle, crossing route. What about the grab there? Beautiful execution there by Garmin. Laying out and concentration on that football to pull it in for the Vibes Restaurant, Tuskegee first down.
And again, Beal not holding back, just letting it fly on a rope for the first down.
Up to the 46-yard line.
Watch this throw. It is on a line right there.
Garmin with the good hands there. Defense riding all over him, and Garmin with the grab. The redshirt freshman for the first down. On the ground, Sellers wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Met a wall there by the Dragons of Lane College. Willie Miller, the sophomore from Jackson, Mississippi, leading their surge.
That play was stopped for no gain, but I think the last pass by Beal, I don't think it was more than 10 yards in height in the air.
Sure. Just right at helmet level, right? But just a piercing bullet that Garmin was able to hang on to for the grab.
Nice catch by our production crew, catching that replay of the pass by Beal.
Football resting at the 44-yard line. 8:30 left, first half of play.
You know what a replay is? That's a replay after the fact. You run a play and then you run a replay of the previous play.
Okay.
A replay.
I thought you were just stumbling, but okay.
Not that time.
Up the field, one-on-one, may see a flag here. No, they won't throw one. Bregman down the field, held momentarily there by Walter Tatum, the senior from Notasulga, Alabama. but no call on that, and the pass goes incomplete.
Tatum made a very veteran-like move on that last coverage play. Got his arms out, but not around the receiver.
So the Golden Tigers now will face a 3rd down and about 2. Or correction, 3rd and 12 from the 44 to keep this football.
Tatum's lined up in press coverage to the near side. He is 1 yard, now backing off the line of scrimmage.
Ball fake. Bill looks upfield, fires toward the sideline. Good catch there at the sideline. Toe tapping there is Pregame beyond the sticks for the Vibes Restaurant. Tuskegee 1st down.
Pregame and Beal are Soul Brothers number 1 and 2 this quarter. 3rd completion to the near sideline. That one about 15-yard pickup was about 25 yards in the air.
You take a look at the replay of this one there at the sideline. Perfect pass from Bill. And Pregame right at the point of catch, able to tap the feet for the 1st down.
Coaches love players with that catch radius.
All right, new terminology here. Catch it. Oh, wow. I'm going to break out my pad. 7:28 on the ground. Sellers bangs off of one would-be tackler, tries to spin it to the outside, but he's wrapped up there. No gain on the play.
You know catch radius, that ability to catch the ball away from your body and have extra space to maneuver.
As you dance around our makeshift booth up here, I get your picture. 7:05 left 1st half. Tuskegee leads by 4. 14-10 over the Dragons of Lane College.
Sellers to the sideline. He's being attended to by one of the training staff at Tuskegee. Looks like he's something with his right arm going on right below us.
2nd and 10. Bill, he'll take the snap, rolls to his left, sliding, got a man there. Catch made by Beckford. Beckford down the sideline, 1 man to beat at the corner. They shove him out of bounds, but they don't do that until he's out at the 11-yard line.
Quavon Beckford making the catch in stride. Once again, turns up for another 15 yards after the catch, and Tuskegee's back inside the red zone.
Oh, you know, Beckford heard you up here talking about Bill and Pregame being Soul Brother 1 and 2. Beckford's like, hey, don't forget about me, man.
Don't forget Soul Brother number 3.
There you go. Good catch there and run by Beckford. Down to, they put it at the 12. So Tuskegee, chance to score again here with 6:08 before the intermission.
And you can just feel the confidence that Beal is developing with his young receivers.
He will take the snap. Going to the corner, fade route there. One hand in for Garmin trying to bring it in. Can't pull it in. May have been held there in the end zone, but no call.
Working against Brandon Johnson, defensive back. He's a sophomore. Johnson had coverage in the deep corner of the end zone.
Garmin trying to stretch out as much as he could for that football in the corner. That's a touch pass for sure. See if they run something else, maybe a crosser this time. Bill in the backfield, joined by Leverett. Triple fives left here before the intermission. Tuskegee with a 14-10 lead. On the ground, Leverett knocked out of the hole, tried to work his way toward the sideline, but not able to find any room that way as well. So Tuskegee trying to go on the ground there, but things kind of bunched up in the middle on that play last as they were trying to get it to Leverett on the inside.
Something we haven't seen a lot this season, Charles, is Tuskegee throwing to their tight ends. Last play, nothing fancy, just trying to run off tackle. Tuskegee lining up for this 3rd and long call.
Going to be 3rd, and they can get a first down before touchdown. So they're at the 12-yard line. 3rd and 10. Bill, straight drop, surveys. Now he'll field and roll right side. Still rolling to the end zone. Catch made there. Beckford once again back of the end zone. What a dart there by Bill.
Beckford and Beal improvising. Beal seeing that Beckford was running free from the post to the near sideline, throws it in stride. Once again, great catch by Beckford. Tuskegee with another touchdown pass from Beal.
Boy, you can't draw that at him up. As you look at the replay on that one, just rolling to his right. Beckford saw that, came that way himself. As you look at it from the back of the end zone, And Beckford able to pull that football in. Nicely done by the both of them.
Is it just me, or do Beal's passes just seem to be more on target and in stride than they have been at any point during the season? He's not just making these completions. He's making the completions where the receivers can handle and do something with it after the catch.
And, notably, we were talking about that at the beginning of the year, like he did not have his footing, was throwing off balance, and we've seen as he's gotten more comfortable at that spot that, yeah, he is on the roll, but he's able to find himself square up and throwing some darts downfield.
So what I want to know, Charles, is there any correlation between the Tuskegee Alumni Club presidents being involved and the productivity of Raekwon Beal at quarterback?
That's all we need to know, is to have all those presidents to stay supportive of GST. And we'll find that out every weekend. And more of the chapter presidents across the country. If you're listening in this afternoon, join us. We want to have your support as we continue to grow this network and to just continue to make it a staple for Golden Tigers athletics. Tuskegee making a statement here on the football field right now. Bill to Beckford once again, 21-10 after the touchdown strike from 12 yards away. So Tuskegee will kick it away. Ryans to kick it. And it'll be over the head of Wilson, back of the end zone. On instruction now, they're telling Larkin, hey, kick the thing deep. We don't want them to get in any kind of returns. So Ryans has obliged the last two kickoffs, pushed it to the back of the end zone.
And just a footnote off that last play, we still see Chase Sellers, one of the key running backs for Tuskegee, still on the bench. They're attending to his right arm. It seemed like he was coming off the field having some numbness with that right arm. Would be surprised to see Sellers return.
29th meeting between these two football programs. Tuskegee leads that in the first 28, 27 wins to 1 loss. Only loss came in 2021 to the Dragons of Lane College, although they had to go into double overtime last year to win it at Abbott. On the ground now, it's Brown with the football for the Dragons. He puts his head down and barrels his way past the 30-yard line up near the 34.
Ike Brown, the running back for Lane, seemed to dip his shoulder anticipating contact before the contact arrived. He might have been able to pick up another few yards had he not ducked his head.
And he will make that play of it about 9 on the carry for the Dragons of Lane College. We're down to 4:35 left, first half of play. Tuskegee with a 21-10 lead. On the ground, Dewey looks for some space, trying to get his second burst of energy, but Tuskegee denies him that as they slide him back to the middle. Good defensive work by the Golden Tigers on the inside. That was Terrence Mays at the bottom of that pile for the Golden Tigers.
Give credit to Lance Watkins right in the middle of the field, the defensive lineman out of Powder Springs. We've called his name again, making plays right in the middle.
So the football at the 34-yard line for the Dragons of Lane College. They picked up enough for that first down there. So they'll keep the football with 3:52 remaining in the third. Johnson on a straight keeper right side. Tripped up at that second wave of the Tuskegee defense. Had a lot of daylight right side.
Nigel Johnson on the quarterback draw saw something he liked. Was tripped up. He thought he might have been able to get a little more yardage out of that play. But as it stands, it brings up a second at about 4 for Lane. Excellent pickup on first down.
Football now at the 40-yard line. As Johnson sets in that shotgun. Movement up front. No flag. Johnson going up top now, trying to get it to Evelyn. Evelyn trying to grab it over the shoulder with one hand and not able to pull it in. That's the player that Tuskegee knows they have to keep an eye on this afternoon. This is the first target for Evelyn in the football game. That one just out of his reach.
Evelyn is listed at 5'9". Just from eye level, he looks larger than 5'9".
Absolutely. As you take a look at the replay here, this is the run here by Johnson. Had he not been tripped up there, would have really had a big ground gainer there for the Dragons of Lane College. And no question about it, Anthony Evelyn certainly registers higher than 5'9" on the height chart. 31 catches on the season for him.
You can't trust these SIDs.
Well, we can trust Jordan Benson, that's for sure. Underneath pass, this one to Wilson. Wilson bounced out of bounds just in front of the Tuskegee bench. Hard shove there by Malik Moore on Wilson as he Got him out of bounds with the punctuation.
Rashad Wilson didn't like the late push. He's pointing back at the Tuskegee bench saying, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
See you next play.
That'll get the football up to the 47-yard line for the Dragons of Lane College, and we go under 3 minutes left first half of play. Tuskegee with a 21-10 lead. 4 in the box for the Golden Tigers. Johnson in the pistol. He'll take the snap. Delayed handoff, Dewey. Left side, nothing doing there. Short side of the field. And the gang of white jerseys wrap him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Kaquan Kimber for Tuskegee in on the tackle. Once again, he's joined by Michael King, the defensive back. We've seen King deployed on the corner blitz several times this season.
Kimber on the season for the Golden Tigers, turning in some great numbers as a reservist coming in. SIAC Defensive Player of the Week last weekend, had 8 tackles and 2 tackles for loss, but came into today's ball game with 33 tackles and 6 of those for loss. At the line of scrimmage, so I got a timeout taken here. We're at that 2-minute warning before the timeout, so at the 2-minute break before the intermission, Tuskegee leads at 21-10. We'll join on the timeout as well on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Back live here in Lakeville, Jackson, Tennessee. Tuskegee with a 21-10 lead as the teams make it back onto the field mark. Chance for us to just talk a little bit more about the Golden Tiger Sports Network. We were told by Sports Information Director Jordan Benson before the ball game started that the viewing of Golden Tiger football has already surpassed 75,000 in terms of people watching the network to follow the Golden Tigers. That's why we just want to keep emphasizing to the alumni chapters, anybody, the faculty, the administration who are out there, join in, listen, and watch the games on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. That's what enables us to continue to grow.
Well, something very simple, too. Watch and share it with just one friend. Share it with one contact. Pass it on.
Indeed. Dragons after the timeout. Johnson dumps it out in the flats. Got Wilson with the catch. He'll turn it upfield. Beats the second wave of the defense. Finally pushed out of bounds on the other end of the field at the 37-yard line.
And, you know, alumni don't need any rationale. It's only the winningest HBCU football program in history on the planet ever of all time. So supporting Tuskegee football is just a natural thing to do.
Absolutely. No question about it. Winning as HBCU in the country. Also the number 3 HBCU, as reported by U.S. News and World Report. So everything going positive, including the Golden Tiger Sports Network. We want you to be a part of it as we continue to cover these student athletes at Mother Tuskegee. On the ground, Johnson, he'll keep it himself. Works it right side, second wave of the Tuskegee defense. They catch him by the leg, but that's not enough. He frees himself from that. Got it inside the 30, down near the 29-yard line. And Johnson with a tough run there before the Dragons on the inside.
Johnson broke the tackle of Lance Watkins, the defensive lineman for Tuskegee, who's 275. A very strong run by the Lane quarterback.
They'll put him down at the 30. 2nd and 3 from there with the snap. Johnson steps up. He's got enough room to run it for a first down. He'll get that. Cuts back to the inside. Now they finally catch up with him. And that's enough for a Lane College first down.
And Nigel Johnson on that last play was just picking his way. Went to the left, To the right, back to the left, back to the right, just finding space, but very productive on that last run.
Indeed, as you referenced, going 2 yards left, 2 yards right, 2 yards left. And next thing you know, he's at 6, and that's enough for first down. And we're at 1:14 remaining, first half of play. Timeout taken on the field.
See a couple of players for Tuskegee coming off to the sideline with their hands on hips. That's a sure sign of fatigue with only a minute and 14 seconds to remaining in this half. Tuskegee's defense would like to get another stop of this Lane offense, holding them out of the end zone. They've done it once, holding them to a field goal. 21-13 looks a lot better than 21-17.
Indeed, and no question about it. And you want to really hold it at 21-10 if possible. That defense being asked to step up as the Dragons are just inside of the red zone. Football at the 19 with 74 seconds left in the first half. Other action in the SIAC this week, and it's a big ball game between the Albany State Golden Rams that are playing today. And they are playing against Miles College. That ball game, everybody's got their eyes on that one. We'll talk more about the significance of that one as we get closer to the halftime. And after play is set to resume now, Johnson will line up in the shotgun. He'll be joined by Brown in the backfield. Slot is at the bottom of the screen, and they slide the tight end right side. They'll go the opposite way. Now a throwback that way. They get it in the hands of Evelyn. Evelyn was looking to see if he could do a pitch back on that one. Looked like on that play, but he was able to eat it and take it upfield and got the clock running with 63 seconds left.
I like the play design. They sent Zarek Williams, the tight end for Lane, in motion to the right. Quarterback rolled left, threw back to Williams. Not much game, but the design of throwing to their tight end close to the red zone, I like that thought.
Under a minute remaining now, first half of play. Johnson lines up with Dewey in the backfield. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. They'll snap it and look that way. Johnson now slides right side. Back to the inside. Got us past the defense there. Now puts the head down and works his way down near that pylon right side. They'll get him marked out just outside the end zone for the Dragons of Lane College. And he did just like you talked about, Mark, on the last play, picking his way down the field, and then finally got a burst right side.
The thing about Nigel Johnson, he's 6'2" and has a burst. Once he found space, Tuskegee had players in the area, but Johnson was strong enough to take it almost all the way to the end zone.
They'll put him down at about the half-yard line after a tough run by him right side. So 27 seconds left, first half of play. Tuskegee right now with the 21-10 lead, but the Dragons trying to inch this thing closer as they go toward the intermission.
The choice for Tuskegee, Charles, is do they decide to load up the interior of that line to see if they can stop the running game inside of Lane? With the time becoming a factor, they probably got enough to get off 3 plays at least, but you want to see if you can get a run stop that will allow the clock to keep moving.
Head coach Aaron James in his second year as head coach of the Golden Tigers. 9-7 overall.
We've seen points in various games, Charles, where Tuskegee's loaded up their safeties very tight to the line of scrimmage. They are kind of hybrids. They deploy their defensive backs almost like linebackers sometimes. They have decent size and excellent tackling ability. Wouldn't be surprised to see them inch their defensive backs almost to the line of scrimmage.
So the Dragons come to the line of scrimmage with 27 seconds left. From the 1-foot line, Johnson, correction, they got a new quarterback in there. That's Jerick Gadsden, the senior from Memphis.
No receivers.
Lines up under center. On the ground, they'll go left side. Did they break it? Yeah, they did. Touchdown run left side. I think that's Wilson with the football. It was. Well, so it was Wilson with the run left side for the touchdown for the Dragons of Lane. They just lined it up at the, as you referenced, Mark, no pistol, anything, just underneath the center, and went left side with Wilson to finish it.
Give credit to Joey Anthony, the big offensive lineman for Lane, 6'3", 275-pound freshman. Cleared out space on that left side of the line, allowing Lane to pick up that touchdown.
And it really gets to the point that you talked about at the top of the broadcast, is that they were a little bit heavier on the inside than Tuskegee. and took command of the line of scrimmage for that easy run left side. Ortiz now to try the point after for the Dragons. Another slow snap, but they got the football down, and Ortiz is able to knock it through to make it 17 for the Dragons. Tuskegee still leading at 21-17, but it came to fruition just like we talked about. Tuskegee not able to stop the Dragons from scoring. It looks like it's going to be a tight deficit going into the locker room.
Well, credit the running ability of Nigel Johnson, the lane quarterback from Detroit, who was able to pick his way on that key gain from the 30-yard line almost to the end zone, and Lane got what they wanted, a 6 going into halftime.
So now the Dragons set the kick at 22.5 seconds left. We'll see what happens on the return for the Golden Tigers. That may, in fact, dictate what they decide to do with the remaining seconds left in this first half.
We haven't seen a lot of big returns from special teams by the Golden Tigers. This would be a nice time to break one.
Indeed. Set yourself up perhaps maybe for a closing touchdown before the intermission or a field goal. Ortiz to kick it. It'll be Taylor standing back near the 15. They've avoided Taylor thus far with the kicks. Stith back there as well. And Ortiz, short kick. It'll be Spivey, and looks like they bumped into each other there, and they're going to call that a dead ball there at the 25-yard line. And Tuskegee will have the football with 22.5 seconds left. So you lead 21-17, a couple of shots downfield.
Risky. I doubt it.
So is life. Bill is out there. Leverett will join him in the backfield once they break or get set for this play from the line.
Judging by the formation, they're going to play it safe. Kneel a couple of times, take it to the end zone.
That's exactly what it looks like. Garman and Pregame surrounding Bill as he gets set to go under center with the snap and the knee. So Tuskegee will be content to take it into the locker room with a 21-17 lead over the Dragons of Lane College after a half a play here at Lane Field. Good start for the Golden Tigers. 3 touchdowns in the first half. Sellers on the ground for one of them. The other 2 thrown by Bill. And Tuskegee with a 21-17 lead at the break. We'll step out for a timeout. More football action coming your way on the Golden Tiger Sports Network after the break.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Greetings, I am Amari Christopher Hardy, the 66th Executive Student Government Association President here at Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Fans, fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic Department as they host the Golden Athletics Celebration, a special event in honor of the university's centennial homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024, from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th homecoming, the Golden Athletics Celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening, featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Golden Tiger fans, individual game tickets for the 2024 football season are currently on sale and can be purchased by visiting GoldenTigerSports.com or by calling 334-727-8594 or 334-724-4385.
Always the source of entertainment at halftime, whether on the road or at home at Abbott Memorial Stadium. But this time we're live at Lane Field at Jackson, Tennessee, at Lane College. And at the break, Tuskegee leading it narrowly, 21-17 over the Dragons of Lane College. A few minutes before we get set for second half action. And on the road this afternoon, always good to catch up with the athletic director at Tuskegee University, A.D. Reginald Ruffin. A.D. Ruffin, I call him A.D. Ruff. Thanks for joining us at the break.
Thank you, Charles.
Had a little difficulty getting up here last night, huh? We were looking for you at the hotel. Didn't understand some things that got you delayed.
Yeah, we almost turned around and went back last night after the 3-hour delay on the interstate. But we finally made it about 9:30 last night. So traveling grace was great. Thank the Lord for that. And we made it. We are here and supporting our Golden Tigers.
Golden Tigers in this ballgame, 21-17 lead over the Dragons of Lane College. We're fortunate enough this afternoon to be broadcasting this one live with video, courtesy of your colleague, Derek Burrows at Lane College, allowing us to do that here on the road. Let's open up and talk a little bit about the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Just got word from Sports Information Director Jordan Benson that prior to today's ball game, we were already over 75,000 viewers for the entire season. Is that playing true to form to you in terms of you creating this network at Tuskegee?
Well, first off, we have to give kudos to President Morris at the time signing that contract with the conference office, HBCU Go, and Commissioner Holloman moving us in the right direction to start, our broadcast and going audio and visual, video live and giving our fans and our alums, an opportunity to follow the Golden Tigers all year long. So I'm very excited about you guys and the network and all you do for Tuskegee University athletics. And we are very excited about the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
We have a big week coming ahead of us, and then as we push toward homecoming, just a bevy of activities going on the campus. We were there for the press conference this past week when the president was down at the field house making the announcement about the things surrounding homecoming. But before we get to homecoming, next weekend on campus, we're back at Abbott Memorial with the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. It's open week, open day at Tuskegee, and it's also Military Appreciation Day for that particular game against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Open house, always a big event for the university itself. Just talk about that weekend ahead for us.
Well, Dr. Brown, when he came here, his initiative, student first, great president, great leadership, visionary leader, his vision. So student first means a lot to him. And so with Dr. Griffin, she's really hard on the AD, especially when it comes to recruiting. She needs her students. She does a great job. Her staff, in enrollment, Office of Admission does a great job, in bringing in students, and we lead that standard every year with the number of students we bring in to the university. And so open house is real big for our university. So what we want to make sure we do is give our students, our prospective students, an opportunity to come to the greatest institution and university of all universities, Tuskegee University. What better way, with all the history of Tuskegee University, that you come to a place where you're going to get the best in the quality education to be great pillars and leaders of the community. And so, with Dr. Griffin, we want to just be a partner, and we have partnered with those, with Office of Admission. And then Dr. Brown, Student Initiative, and then Military Day. Sure. What better way, than a Tuskegee Airman, knowing our history, where it all started here in Tuskegee, Alabama, and just Military Appreciation Day for all our veterans, and coming to the game, and we are supporting them and letting them see a great football game against Kentucky State on next week, and just thanking them for their service to the world, to the U.S. And so I'm excited about Military Day. I'm excited about open house. So I think it's going to be another homecoming, pre-homecoming, celebration with open house and military day on next week.
Yeah, it's just a fascinating set of events for open house because the students that are there on campus will get a chance to go out to Moton Field, and by virtue of what the athletics department has done with their partnership with Full Throttle Formation Flying Team, they'll get a chance to see them perform aerial feats in the air and get a chance to be exposed to static displays with military aircraft on the ground, just to talk to people about potential careers in the military, just to try to blend those two with those students who are coming to one of the best HBCUs in the country, and to get them the chance to just witness that in terms of the history of Tuskegee and to be a part of that whole scene at Moton Field. It's just really a wonderful thing, and then we'll bring everybody, hopefully all the people that are just in the community who will come out for that, and then come over to the football game where the Military Appreciation Day continues, because we'll have a flyover at the beginning of that football game as well.
Also the university with the new aviation program. So, we have students who are interested in the aviation, for being pilots, and, we have a shortage of pilots in the U.S. And so now, the university has established a degree for great pilots in the aviation program that's going to be there in Moton Field. So, and it's an exciting time to be a Golden Tiger, Tuskegee University.
Isn't it?
University.
No doubt
the
about
standard.
it.
Setting the standard. Be the standard. We are the standard.
Are the standard, indeed. Well, you talk about standards. Certainly that Tuskegee homecoming has become the standard throughout the HBCU playing field because it's such a big event at Tuskegee. Let's talk about this one because it's a very special one at Tuskegee.
Yeah, you're talking about 100 years, I may not get a chance to hopefully
see the next one.
And Dr. Brown has come in and, 100 years, the centennial of homecoming. So, he has asked for everything. When I say everything, AD, I need shirts for the students. AD, I need jerseys made up. AD, I need, whatever my president has asked, I have delivered, because it's important that we serve, that we're a servant. So we serve our university. I want to make sure everything that he's asked for, that he wants to see. This is big. We want everybody, not just because it's Mother Tuskegee. We don't want nobody taking advantage of it. We want everybody because he's doing so much with the endowment or raising money. That's what we're trying to do, raise money, continue the endowment, continue supporting our students, with his initiative, Student First. And so homecoming is going to be real big. If you're going to go spend money at all the parties in Atlanta or whatever, make sure you got enough money on Friday and Saturday to come in and support your university, the University of Tuskegee University.
One of the things that you can visibly do in a very open way is what you did at the press conference on Monday. You had your jacket on, of course, but you took that jacket off and you showed that 100 jersey. Let's talk a little bit about that 100 jersey that you fashioned so well.
Yeah, so if they go online, they'll go online with the development office out of Dr. Harrington, Ms. Harrington. They do a great job. They're marketing the shirts for our sale at this moment. And so they are getting it. From the last time I checked, it's about 50 jerseys that were already sold the first day. And so everybody is really excited about the 100. You're not going to get an opportunity, hopefully, to see another 100 years. But now we get a chance to the centennial 100 years. Now, I don't want anybody signing my jersey. I want to get my jersey and I want to frame it because it's, it's legacy. The centennial is 100 years. And so Dr. Brown wanted those jerseys. I think we started in August, and I think we had probably 20 different designs. He said, no, AD, yes, AD, put this on, AD, move this, AD, too small, too large, too big, too small, don't like it, oversized, undersized. And so we went back and forth until we finally got it right, what his liking and what he wanted to do. And then all of a sudden now it's out there for our fans, our alums, our supporters. And not only that, tickets are online. All the festivities, what we got going on for our students, our activities during the week. And then you turn around what we're doing, the celebration of homecoming. Our SGA, our Royal Courts, our students, our senior football players get an opportunity their last game, our senior band members, our senior cheerleaders, our senior staff members, and the university, and then we got the queens coming back. All the queens that's been at Tuskegee Institute, Tuskegee University, so all the beautiful queens are coming back, and so we're just going to have a great time just that week and celebrating homecoming and celebrating it right, celebrating it safe, and coming with the mindset to be a servant to this university.
Should be just a fabulous weekend of activities for all of the Tuskegee community. That's November 9th. Open house and Military Appreciation Day next weekend on the Tuskegee campus. Make sure you make your plans to join us for both of those. A.D. Ruffin, always great to catch up with you, brother.
It's great. Make sure everybody know that Golden Tiger celebration at the Renaissance Hotel on November the 8th. I know you guys have been harping and hitting that, so we want to make sure we're really focused and locked in for that celebration. Coach Combergy, hopefully Coach Slater, those guys, we get those guys back to honor them and let them see that we thank them for their service at Tuskegee University.
That's Friday night in Montgomery, Alabama at the Renaissance Hotel. We've been pushing that one on air, and we certainly hope to see all of the Tuskegee faithful in Montgomery on the Friday night prior to homecoming on that Saturday. Football still ahead of us here at Lane Field, 21-17. Golden Tigers with the lead. Take our final timeout and get set for the second half on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee and the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference promotes good sportsmanship by its student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for immediate removal from the site of competition. Fans, mark your calendars for a monumental event. Tuskegee University will celebrate the 100th homecoming this year on November 9th, 2024. Join us on Saturday inside Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium as the Golden Tigers take on the Miles Golden Bears with kickoff set for a 1 p.m. start time. Be sure to come out early, wear your crimson and gold, and help us make this homecoming one for the history books. We'll see you there.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Keep up with Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network with games and other content carried on the Tuskegee Athletics YouTube channel throughout the season.
I am Alvin Myers-Taylor, the Associate Vice President of Student Affairs here at Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Versus them, survival. We must win, it's tribal. My team like Ken, by any means necessary. One head-to-head with adversaries. Nothing is given, so we gotta take.
For more information on Tuskegee
we are
University
back live here at Lane Field, Jackson, Tennessee, getting set for second half action. 21-17, Golden Tigers with the lead over the Dragons of Lane College. Charles Ward, Mark Lashner with the call.
Tuskegee's been a second half team all season. This is the opportunity to continue that trend, leading 21-17 in the third quarter. This first opening drive on offense can set the tone.
Golden Tigers got to be a little bit disappointed that they yielded that score before the break, but they'll have the football first to start the second half as Ortiz kicks it away. Another short kick by Ortiz. This one's going to be fielded, though. Beckford with it. He'll try to spin his way out of traffic. Not able to do that. They wrap him up near the 26-yard line.
Charlie Hartshaw, the linebacker for Lane, whiffed on the first tackle, but spun around, got in on the tackle right at about the 35-yard line. Excellent effort by Hartshaw.
So the Golden Tigers out first offensively. They lead it 21-17. Quick chance to update you some other scores around the SIAC. It was earlier, about 6 minutes left in the first half, where Miles and the Golden Rams of Albany State, Miles trailing or leading in that ball game 14-7 with about 6 minutes before the break. Fort Valley taking care of business against the Yellow Jackets of Lane. They lead that 42-19 in the third. And in a final, the Thoroughbreds, the Golden Tigers will meet them next weekend. The Thoroughbreds defeat the Tigers of Benedict 23-21. Beal, ball fake, going straight up top, first play from scrimmage. Here comes the pressure. They'll wrap him up, but Beal fights through that. Fires at the sideline, but threw it underneath and incomplete, trying to get it out of his hands into the hands of Reggie Bregman.
Beal, very strong in the pocket, evaded one tackle, broke out of another. Another player I want to cite, we haven't mentioned, who has really been a turning point on this offensive line for Tuskegee, center, number 66, LeBron Merriweather. And I have to give myself a slap in the face because I just noticed one thing about LeBron and Merriweather during warm-ups. He's left-handed.
Oh, no wonder I like the guy. Pass goes incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Tigers. Just underway here, second half. Tuskegee, 2-3 overall, 2-1 in the SIAC, and Coach James and Harry Williams, offensive coordinator, they take a timeout.
Well, the reason why Merriweather is important, Charles, is that during the first 2 games of the season, Tuskegee had a difficult time running the football inside the tackles. Merriweather was inserted as the starting center in Game 3, and guess what? The running game changed. So with the added 40-pound heft of LeBron Merriweather at center for Tuskegee, the run game has taken on an entire new personality, and they've been able to use their 4-5-9 feature backs.
Good call on that. Also, in addition to Merriweather moving to center, Brandon Arrington all in at that right guard position as well. Just has made a bellwether difference for that Golden Tiger offense.
Well, while we're giving out offensive depth, let's talk about the front wall of the Tuskegee offense. From left to right, left tackle Terrence Jordan, left guard Sean Stitton, center LeBron Merriweather, as mentioned, the right guard Brendan Arrington, and the right tackle Elliott Howell. They have all done an excellent job in the last 2 games of working in concert.
After the timeout by the Golden Tigers, back to business now. Bill in shotgun. 2nd down and 10. Ball, and they keep it on the ground. That's Morris looking for some space left side. Johnny in the pack, pushing it near the 30. Pickup of about 3 on the play.
I see Bill got you on the ball fake.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. We started talking about that last week, and that has gotten markedly better for him, too.
You can see the confidence of Bill as he gets into a rhythm with this offense. He just has a little more swag than he did early in the season. You can see him taking command. Even look at him taking the calls from the sideline. Got one hand on hip. It's like, give me the call, I'll run it.
I'm good, right? But that's what he said early on. He knew he had to gain the confidence of this team as their leader, and he's doing that week by week. 3rd down coming here. They send the man in motion. That's Stith. They look that way. Check across the middle. Dart pass across the middle, trying to get it in the hands of Taylor. Karan took his eyes off of it momentarily, and that's enough to drop it.
Tyshawn Gator of Lane, number 13, made a break on that ball, but the throw was so hard by Beal that he wasn't able to make the catch. Beal with a risky throw in coverage, but an accurate throw.
Sure, right through the hands of Taylor. Don't think because of that possible infraction by the defense that Taylor may have taken his eyes off of it momentarily and just didn't look it all the way in because he probably saw it coming on the other side of what he thought the contact was going to be with the football.
Well, also, as we noted in the first half, Beal is putting some smoke on the ball.
Sure. And Ryan trying to kick it away from the coverage. This one will roll upfield for the Golden Tigers. Hit out at about the 40. We'll check and see where they place it out of bounds. It'll be near the 35 for the Dragons to take their first possession of the second half.
Beal started the season more of a change-up pitcher, throwing with more touch. Now he's showing his fastball.
Oh, yeah. Throwing it with a lot of velocity this afternoon. 13:49 left in the third. 21-17, Golden Tigers with the lead.
We saw the Tuskegee defense struggle with the running ability of Nigel Johnson, the quarterback of Lane. I'm sure they made some adjustments during halftime to say, let's do a better job of containing Johnson from getting those runs.
Yeah, Rashad Wilson with a big first half for the Dragons as well. 7 receptions for 140 yards. So that's another equation they got to solve here in the second half. Dewey, second level of the defense. They had him contained in the first half. Dewey's biggest run of the ball game on that play. Runs it for about 6 or 7.
The lane running backs are dangerous once they get to the second level. Tuskegee's got to do a better job of closing at the point of attack closer to the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage now will be the 41-yard line after the 6-yard pickup by Dewey.
What these teams have in common, they both have these tiny but mighty running backs. I don't think we have a back in this game that's over 5'9".
Dewey certainly not one of them. He's listed at 5'8", so you give that maybe 5'6". But a good 6-yard pickup by him on the previous play. Johnson, he'll take the snap this time. Ball fake, fires it up the field, got it in the hands of Wilson again. Wilson turns the corner, creates the contact at their sideline, and knocked out of bounds. That's after he picks up a first down.
Nigel Johnson throwing on a 2-step drop very decisively to the far sideline. Lane picking up another first down, keeping the chains moving.
Wilson steady to impress in this football game, the freshman from Detroit. 12:40 remains in the third. Tuskegee with the 21-17 lead. And the Dragons just on the Golden Tiger side of the football field after the catch by Wilson and run. This time Johnson will take off. He's got room right side. Quarterback, second, third wave of the Tuskegee defense finally tripped up near the 32.
Let's go ahead and change his position designation. Nigel Johnson is just an extra running back. Another time we've seen him pick space in traffic and pick up a chunk of yardage, another first down for Lane.
This time at the 32. Dewey joins Johnson in the backfield. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. They'll throw it that way. They got it out there to Barbarain. Barbarain with the catch, but not a lot of movement. Got maybe 2 upfield after the catch at the sideline.
Charles Barbarain out of New Orleans, Louisiana, making the catch. He's only 5'7" himself, a freshman.
He's had a couple of grabs in this football game. 11:35 remains in the third. 21-17, Tuskegee leads. At the 30 of the Golden Tigers are the Dragons of Lane College. They keep it on the ground. Dewey looking for space left side. This time he runs into some traffic that way. Tuskegee able to shut that play down at the line of scrimmage. Led by Lance Watkins, the sophomore.
Lance Watkins has had a solid game from his defensive line position all afternoon. Has been in on several tackles. I credit him with at least 4 to 5 tackles so far.
Third down and 7 now for the Dragons. Big defensive play here for the Golden Tigers if they can shut them down here. 10:54 left in the third. Johnson feels the pressure, unloads at the sideline. Catch made there by Wilson. He eludes the first tackler, works it down the sideline, and inside the red zone for the Dragon first down.
Something you don't see every day. Kaquan Kimber for Tuskegee was in on the tackle, the attempted tackle. Return man for Lane just spun out of the tackle by Kimber down the sideline for an additional 15 yards.
Kimber at 5'11", trying to wrap up top on the top of Wilson, but up too high. This one thrown and incomplete, trying to get it into the hands of Barbarain.
Charleston, you got to notice that Lane is picking up the pace on their offensive play calls, not taking a lot of time. Their quarterback, Nigel Johnson, looking to the sideline already. They're getting into a much brisker pace than they were in the first half.
They are set to begin play here after the incomplete pass to Barbarain. Dewey will line up with Johnson in the backfield. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. That's the tight side of the field. Johnson looking that way now. He'll take off. Got a big hole left side. He got a block there from Evelyn, the wide out. Works his way inside of that block by Evelyn, inside the 5, down near the 3-yard line.
If Nigel Johnson has any skill set that he takes advantage of, it's the ability to read his blockers. He's a very patient runner. Doesn't get to a spot and try to pick up something that's not there. He's looking for players to run behind.
Yeah, he knew that was a run all the way for him right side, and they set that up well with Evelyn, the wide out, coming back in for a block downfield to free him inside of the 5. On the ground now, fumble of the football. It's loose on the surface. Tuskegee diving for it. They say they got it. Could be a big turnover here, and it is. Coming out from under the bottom of that pile, it's Michael King with the football for the Golden Tigers.
Simply a bad exchange by Lane on the simple handoff over tackle, and Tuskegee was fortunate to have several players on the spot led by big number 99, Terrence Mays, who one of the closest players to the ball. Watch the botched handoff. The runner for Lane, Rashad Wilson, simply was not looking. He's looking for a hole. Didn't close in on the ball. Tuskegee takes over.
Ball squirted away from him upfield. And of note on that play, Mark, it was Jerry Gadsden, the reserve quarterback, that was in there for the Dragons on that handoff. May have had something to do with that miscue there because he hadn't taken but one snap in the first half. Tuskegee now with the football back, and they'll put it on the ground left side. Just trying to get a little more breathing room from the back of that end zone.
You talk about a Christmas gift. Tuskegee backed up against their own end zone, benefited by the botched handoff by Lane. Challenge for Tuskegee now. Ball control, see if they can pick up a first down.
Spivey on the previous carry, he got 2. 2nd down and 8. We're at 9:05 left in the third. Bill lines up in the pistol. Spivey joins him there. Slot is to the top of the screen. Bregman out there. Montreville over there as well. They're going to pitch it to Spivey. Ronaldo head down, banged it as he comes across the line of scrimmage. Good surge there for the Dragons up front. It was Anthony Otis, the freshman from Monroe, Louisiana, on that hit.
There's another matchup to watch. Reggie Brickman of Tuskegee, the wide receiver, is working against Walter Tatum, the defensive back out of Louisiana. Tatum likes to play extremely tight coverage.
3rd down and 8 now for the Golden Tigers. 8:14 left in the third. Bill in shotgun. Got a tight formation to his left at the top of the screen. 3 receivers bunched there at the line of scrimmage, but tight. Snap to Bill. Bill whistles, got a Garmin upfield. Garmin with a grab, but this will come back. Whistles flags at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like we're going to get Tuskegee for a delay of game. False start. Let me make that correction. But Beal had what he wanted as Garmin was sprinting open at about the 35-yard line. I wish that play had a chance to be executed.
That's the one that they got the big touchdown from Beckford for in the first half. Same play, they went there, but this one they'll be pushed back 5. And it'll make up 3rd down.
This is dangerous territory for Tuskegee.
No, they're going to be coming with the pressure. The Dragons will be, and Raquan here in a definite pass situation for the Golden Tigers. He'll take the snap in the end zone. He's got some time. Fires upfield. Catch made there. Bregman got it. Nice job by Reggie upfield. He's beyond the sticks for the Vibes Restaurant first down.
Now, the beauty of that last pass, Beal made the delivery before Bregman came out of his break. Bregman turns. The ball is there. He didn't have to flinch to make that catch. Excellent connection between Beal and Bregman.
Yeah, you're talking NFL style there. They're throwing to the spot, and when you get there, it'll be there waiting on you. It was for Bregman, and they moved the chains. Tuskegee now with the first down with 7:02 left in the third. From the 23, on the ground. Second wave of the defense. Ivy with the football, and Ronaldo runs it up near the 29-yard line.
We've seen Tuskegee use their running backs from time to time to set up the pass. What Tuskegee is doing now is using the pass to set up the run.
Nice call. They go quickly here from the line of scrimmage. 6:30 left in the third. 2nd down and 5 on the ground. Spivey again, head down, charges past the 30-yard line up to the 31. Going to make it 3rd down and short for the Golden Tigers.
Can't help but notice the body language of the offensive line of Tuskegee, Charles. You know those big guys up front love to run block. They would much prefer to fire out than retreat in pass protection. Tuskegee giving their big guys a chance to fire out and make some key blocks on the run plays.
It's a 3rd and 3 here. We'll see if they fire out or if they protect. Bill in shotgun. Dragons showing they're coming at the line, but Tuskegee going to look it off and get a call from the sideline. 3 to snap. Snap to Bill, pitch left side on the ground and wrapped up from behind the line of scrimmage. They were trying to get Sellers in motion, or correction, Spivey in motion on an option pitch left side. Dragons shut that down.
What Lane did on the left.
To the 47-yard line, fresh set of downs with 4:13 left in the third. On the move. Ball fake on the inside. Leverett with it. He got it past the 40 up to the 41-yard line.
Leverett has that body lead. He's falling forward always. Sure that he wants that last run back. He seemed to trip about 2 steps after he took the handoff.
Got it up there, marking as your reference mark at the 40 on the trip. So pickup of just 2 on the play. Bill and Tuskegee back to work. 3:40 left in the third. They lead it 21-17. Stitt in motion, left side. Ball fake, Bill, here comes the pressure. He steps up, unloads, crossing route. That one a little too tall for Brickman coming across the middle this time.
Brickman's working against Jeremiah Brown, the defensive back for Lane, who had excellent coverage. But the throw, one of the few throws we've seen by Beal, just a bit off target.
Begging pardon, that was Garmin he was trying to get it to on that route, but threw it too high for Garmin. So 3rd and 8 now. Tuskegee want to keep that football. They got it back after a turnover by the Dragons inside the red zone. So they'll take the flip of the field, but they want to turn it into a score. Bill in the pocket. It collapses. He'll roll right side. Raises, fires, shot it too high for Taylor. Taylor wide open that time. And this time Bill on the move. Just too much gas on the pass.
Beal is rolling to his right, trying to hit the receiver right at about the 30-yard line. And after he delivered the pass, you could see him grab his helmet with both hands, knowing that he had the man wide open and just overthrew him by about 5 yards.
Sure. Even if you just float that to get him to come back for the first down, you don't necessarily have to keep him going positive forward on the field. You just want that catch to be made.
It's a difficult throw, though, rolling and throwing on the run.
Yeah, I can't even eat and walk at the same time. This time, Ryans will kick it away. It'll bounce at the 30, another positive roll upfield for Tuskegee. And it'll roll dead near the 21-yard line. So Tuskegee able to flip the field after they got the turnover. They'll take that. They still lead at 21-17 over the Dragons. 3:17 remains in the third. So Tuskegee not able to push it all the way down the field offensively, but some spurts there. Good opportunities for them to do it. Good play calling as well.
We do know one thing about the Tuskegee Golden Tigers defense. They have been extremely resilient this year in the second half. It started with the Grambling game. When they came out and played Grambling just about dead even in that third and fourth quarter, you could tell they were starting to develop a personality. Now the challenge is, can they play with a lead?
21-17, they lead it. Johnson and the Dragons back on the field offensively. Drove it all the way down into the red zone last time, but fumbled the football away. He'll line up in shotgun. Ball fake. Fires it immediately. That one bobbled around, and Bahrain not able to hold on to it. Bahrain looking upfield, felt the pressure coming on the defense and took his eyes off the football.
Rossi Grimes was right in the neighborhood. Name we haven't called a lot. Grimes is one of the Tuskegee defensive backs that actually masquerade as a linebacker from time to time. Grimes wears number 19.
Saw him just before the ball game down near the sidelines, and I said, I got to get some tackles today, right? Up the middle, the Dragons go with a handoff to Ike Brown, and Brown runs it past the 30 up to the 31-yard line, maybe a yard shy of the first down marker for Lane College.
Wrapped up by Kaquan Kimber, leading tackler from last week's game against Morehouse. Kimber is a name you'll be very familiar with during the Tuskegee defensive stands.
Indeed. 3rd down and 2 here for the Dragons of Lane College. We're at 2:43 left, third quarter of action. Johnson, he'll on shotgun, 3 receivers top of the screen. Tuskegee packing 4 in the box. Johnson reading those linebackers, hands it off on the inside to Brown. Brown stiffing up there at the line of scrimmage. The pack being pushed forward. Football comes out of there.
First player there was Kimber.
And I don't think they got to the line of gain there, Mark. Kimber, as you referenced, coming in on that play as we take a look at it on replay. They tried to go straight into the big back Brown. He hopped into the hole, but he hopped right into some danger there as Tuskegee closed it up right away.
I'm looking at the chain gang on the near sideline. They have not moved.
Yeah.
The ball placement is just where it was. It's moved just ever so slightly, looking like a 4th and 1.
A minute 56 left in the third. Dragons, they will take a timeout. Dare not go for it here in this situation, I don't believe, but they took a timeout here as Tuskegee leads at 21-17 with a minute 51 left.
Noticing Ike Brown, the running back for Lane, limping as he's going to the sideline with the rest of his offensive squad. That's going to be something to keep an eye on because Brown has really been an effective runner this afternoon.
Chance for us to thank our sponsors throughout the course of this year on the Golden Tiger Sports Network for being right here with our coverage of Golden Tigers football throughout the course of the season. Of course, if you're out there and you want to support Golden Tiger football or the Golden Tiger Sports Network, all you got to do is call into the athletics department. We'll take care of it there and get you on as a part of our sponsorship team to cover our student athletes here at Tuskegee. Volleyball action coming your way on the Golden Tiger Sports Network later this month as they get set to end the regular portion of their season. And then after football, we roll right into Golden Tiger basketball. All of it on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Tuskegee, 2-3 on the season, trying to break itself free from the pack of teams in the SIAC with 2 wins on the campaign. Benedict came into today's ball game 2-3. Tuskegee and Savannah State at 2-3. Savannah State in non-conference action this afternoon, but Benedict has already fallen in their ball game to Kentucky State. So Tuskegee, if it can take care of and handle the rest of this football game, get a chance to kind of stay where they really want to be in contending.
Let's put a pin in this play as a very key play in this ball game.
4th and 2, likely going to see if they can't get Tuskegee to jump. They'll go for it on 4th and 2, though. They go to Brown again, and he got stuffed at the line.
I don't think he's got it.
I don't think he did. Tuskegee comes out waving it off, saying that he didn't. And boy, what a surge there inside by the Golden Tigers.
You can see the entire offensive unit for Tuskegee coming onto the field as the defense was signaling, we stopped them.
I think they're going to bring the chains on here, I believe, to take a look at this. We haven't seen that all year long, that a measurement may be in place here. And no, they're not even going to measure it. No, that football's going to belong to the Golden Tigers.
What a defensive stand by the Golden Tigers on a 4th and 2. Lane making the risky move to go for it inside their own territory.
Yeah, you talk about the Coca-Cola Defensive Player of the Day. That was it right there. That defense for the Golden Tigers. They'll get it. Give everybody on that sideline a Coke. Nice job by the defense there to get it back to the offense. A minute 44 left in the third. That Wildcat set. They give it inside to Leverett, or Spivey, that is. Ronaldo fighting ahead. Works his way down near the 20-yard line. Golden Tiger offense pumped up after that effort by the defense.
Now, Ronaldo Spivey is listed as 5'10". You know he's 5'9". They're giving him credit for the helmet. He's got to fit in with his other 5'9" running buddies. Let's call them the 4 tops.
Oh, well, I like that, yeah. 4 tops making some music right now with 75 seconds left in the third. Five's Restaurant pickup of 10 on the play by Spivey for their first down. He'll get it again on the Wildcat. Oh, correction, this is Leverett with it, handling it right side. And Desmond bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
So we talked about the 4 tops for Tuskegee. Sellers, Morris, Leverett, and Spivey all go 5'9". They're all very quick from their start position at running back. Once they get the ball, there's nothing fancy about any of them. They're straight ahead, darting runners.
Raycon Bill at 6'5". He will line up at quarterback. They break out of the Wildcat. 2nd and 9. Snap to Bill. Pressure. Bill, another dart. This one batted away. Good defensive work there by Tatum at the last minute to cover on a pass intended for Brickman.
Walter Tatum, as you mentioned, with an excellent break. Once he saw that ball by Bill, he's covering, and if he gets his hands up, you can see he might have had thoughts of trying to intercept this, but did the intelligent thing to knock it away from the receiver.
That's great coverage there by Tatum in that secondary for the Dragons, and our camera's cruise is right on top of that play. 3rd down 9 now for the Golden Tigers. 26 seconds left in the third.
5 wide receivers.
Here comes Stith in motion right side. Bill with the snap. They're going to do Got it underneath. Now they got to check it off to Stith. Stith one-on-one at the sideline. No space there. And they knock him out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. Just checking off, just nothing down in the end zone for Bill that time.
Unusual formation, something we haven't seen a lot for Tuskegee this season. They had 3 receivers to one side, 2 to the other, sent one of the slot receivers in motion, but there was excellent protection for Beal, even though they had so many receivers in the pattern.
Yeah, just at the base of that end zone, you get the help of the end zone on the coverage that time. Nobody open, and he dumped it to the waiting Stith down low, but not enough for a first. We'll go into the fourth quarter now. Final play of that third, 21-17. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee with the lead. Can they hang on for 15 more? Find out more on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic.
Try a field goal for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. It'll be about a 47-yard effort by Ryans. He's hit from that distance before. They got the snap, whistles at the line of scrimmage. No question about the distance on it. We'll wait and check what this flag's about with the line.
Walter Tatum was in on the kicker for Tuskegee. We're going to sort this one out. Tatum had thoughts of blocking this kick.
May have come in there too soon across the line.
We haven't seen many penalty flags this afternoon so far.
False start against the Golden Tigers, so that'll push them back 5. And really no consideration about that. Larkin just casually backs up 5 more yards and says, okay, bring it on again.
So you know I don't like math, but are we talking about 53 yards out now?
I think they got it at that's at the 32. So less than 53. They'll put it down. Kick by Ryans. This one got air under it, but did he get it deep enough? No, not able to punch it all the way through. Just to the right of the bar for the Golden Tigers. So the 5 yards made a difference on that field goal attempt by Larkin Ryans and the Golden Tigers.
Once again, Tuskegee's defense is being called on to make the stop of this very, how can I say this, diversified lane offense. Their quarterback, Nigel Johnson, is the trigger man.
He and the offense will be back out on the football field. They'll come out with 14:54 remaining in the football game now. And they'll come out with the Golden Tigers still leading at 21-17. And they will come out to the Crimson Piper Band piping out ball and parlay. On the ground, miscue, but they kept it into the hands of Wilson, and he was wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Good defensive effort there by Malik Moore, the junior linebacker for the Golden Tigers. Have not called Malik's name much, but that's a big play there for him.
That's a huge play for the linebacker, junior out of Tallahassee, Malik Moore, who wears number 3.
Came into the ball game. This was his 27th ball game.
Watch number 3, the tackling technique, once again for Tuskegee.
At least 1 tackle in a ball game over 27 starts. And Wilson, watch it, just grabs. Whew. You don't want to be wrapped up in that. You're going to feel some turf. Johnson with the snap, delayed handoff, got it inside, wrapped up again at the line of scrimmage. This time coming off from under the Powell is a name you called pretty much all game long, Quan Kimber.
Kimber is trying to earn another MVP on defense award, building on his performance last week against Morehouse, where he had 7 unassisted tackles.
Yeah. Defensive Player of the Week. Strong candidate for it here. 13:37 remains. Dragons face a 3rd and 14, just where Tuskegee wants them, backpedaling.
And this is where Tuskegee's linebackers and defensive backs come into play. They are interchangeable parts. It'll be interesting to see how they disguise this coverage.
Johnson will line up alone in the backfield in the shotgun. He will take the snap. Inside angle by the defense. Johnson now still with some time. Now they'll flush him to the middle of the field, and they'll get the sack on him right there. He just ran out of time.
So here's what's interesting about that, Charles. Tuskegee lined up showing zone, but went to a man on the snap. The quarterback, Nigel Johnson, didn't get what he expected as he was dropping the throw, and Tuskegee's coverage scheme through that entire offensive play off.
Yeah, he's checking off. He just didn't have anybody. That secondary did a good job there. And finally, the walls close in, and it closes in with a sack on Johnson.
Well, it's one thing when a quarterback expects one coverage and gets another. That can throw you into fire drill mode.
Yeah, well, you think you have it when you see it coming to the line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
I know it's set now, right? What we know now is Ortiz is on the punted away. Back to receive it is Karan Taylor. High, lofty snap. Kick by Ortiz, backpedaling. Taylor calls for fair catch. No, he did not. He'll field it at the 42. Up the gut he goes. Taylor with another big return for the Golden Tigers. Inside of the 40 of the Dragons of Lane College. Finally knocked down at the 37.
Taylor on the return is looking actually towards the sun. That's a dangerous point on the field to make that catch. Did an excellent job picking his way forward for yards after the catch.
Yeah, we have not had him return a punt since the first ball game of the season. And he had a big return in that opener. And there, on this return, pushed it across midfield and got it down to the 39 is where they'll mark it. So Tuskegee with a short field now, leading at 21-17 with 12:09 left.
And now the offensive linemen for Tuskegee are saying they cannot hear the play calls because the Golden Piper marching band is cranked up ball and parlay past the limit of volume.
Bill lines up in shotgun. They are chanting to our left, the band is. Snap now on the ground. Johnny Morris looks for some room right side, wrestled down from behind. Tyshawn Gator, the grad student from Huntsville, catching up with that play for the Dragons.
I'm going to give credit to Morris on that last run. There was nothing there, but he was able to pick his way for a couple of yards. Player down for Tuskegee looked like one of the offensive linemen. Appears to be Sean Stitton. It's the last man to get up.
Yeah, it is Stitton. So Sean is up and headed toward the sideline. 11:52 left in the football game. 21-17 Tuskegee leads. Dragons have been feisty all game long as you take a look at this play. As more, as you referenced it, Mark, as you look at it from the back of the offense, just nowhere to go.
And Stitton just got rolled up on from behind. That's one of the most precarious positions for any offensive lineman to be caught in. Stitton is limping to the sideline. He's going to have a seat right below us. He's wearing number 65, one of the best linemen on that Tuskegee front.
And Johnny Morris actually getting up a little bit slow after that carry as well. He got wrapped up by Gaither, and I think he may have fallen oddly on that football, but he is okay. 11:33 left. 2nd down and 9. Big play here for this Golden Tiger offense. Or 2nd down and 11. Bill on the handoff. Leverett knocked laterally towards the Dragons sideline.
Give credit to Jeremiah Brown. The defensive back was coming on a blitz for Lane, got in the backfield. Again, Lane has had a lot of success just outmanning Tuskegee from time to time by bringing blitzes from unusual angles.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and no gain on that play, so 3rd and 11 for that Golden Tiger offense. You take a look at that play. Tuskegee trying to go a little bit conservative here, trying to eat some clock. But now they're facing a 3rd and 11. They've got to put the football in the air. Stith in motion. Beal in the pocket, fires across the middle. This one batted, but into the hands of Beckford. Beckford waited for it to come down behind the sticks for the Vibes Restaurant first down.
Beal showing incredible patience as Lane was closing in. He did not panic. He knew what he wanted, made an accurate throw downfield, and Tuskegee picks up a huge first down.
Quavon Beckford with another big catch for that Golden Tiger offense.
You know what you got to love about Beal? He doesn't get happy feet when he's under pressure. He's just very poised in the pocket, able to shift his weight and make an accurate throw.
Just planted. Good ball fake there by Beal on an option. He's at the second level of the defense. His biggest run of the year on the option play left side.
Well, Beal says, call my name and I'll break off a run for you.
And he did. Called his own number there. Got it inside the red zone. Vibes Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers. 9:45 left. Tuskegee would love the score here on this possession.
Like the decisiveness by Beal. See a little tiptoe around one of the attempted tacklers for Lane.
Yeah, they had Smith or Taylor as a pitchman on that. And Beal up the gut on left side for the first down run. Now they're going to go option right side, this time to Taylor. Taylor banged hard there with the contact, a couple of helmets coming off there. But Quran got it for a couple of yards on the positive carry there right side.
One of the offensive linemen for Tuskegee lost his helmet. He'll have to be replaced. Kedrick Dixon into the game for Tuskegee now up front. He's 6'3", 280. I don't think Tuskegee is running any offensive lineman at this point, Charles, since the second game swap for Merriweather. They're not running anyone under 270 pounds up front.
Yeah, Amir Graham was at center. He was the only one under that weight class. And as you referenced with Merriweather there now at center, that line has been beefed up. Second down. And goal to go here for the Golden Tigers from the 6-yard line. Beal with Leverett in the backfield. Pass toward the sideline, batted at the last moment. They were trying to get that corner pass there to Brigman. Brigman went airborne, but the pass swatted away. Good defensive effort there by Mark James, the sophomore from Boston, Massachusetts for the Dragons.
James making an excellent break on the ball on that shallow fade route to the sideline. He's also going to the sideline now. Seems to be limping a bit or holding that left arm. Excellent play by James, but he is now on the sideline for Lane.
Third and goal to go now for Tuskegee. 21-17, they lead. 8:51 remains in the football game.
Lane with a little bit of confusion on their substitutions as a result.
Bill in shotgun, tight slots either side. Now they break it, they bring Leverett in motion left side. Bill looking that way. Now checks across the middle. This one batted at the line of scrimmage. Trying to get it in the hands of Karan Smith on a crossing route, or Taylor, that is.
Bill was backpedaling and looking, but again, the trajectory of that pass was so low that one of the linemen for Lane was able to get a hand on it. Tuskegee does not convert. Will go into another apparent place-kicking attempt.
Yeah, this one they'll put down after Larkin Ryan comes onto the football field.
Nice to see Sean Stitton for Tuskegee back in the ball game on the punt, or let's say the kick block team.
It's going to be about a 28-yard effort here. Snap and the place kick by Ryans with authority. It just knocked it through for the Golden Tigers. So makes it 24-17 after the field goal. So Tuskegee does not come away denied. They get the 3. They lead it with 8:43 remaining in the football game after the field goal by Larkin Ryans. We'll take a timeout on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. On the kick for the Dragons of Lane College, Dewey with the football, and Dewey up near the 28-yard line before Tuskegee catches up with him there. Big field goal there by the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They needed to keep at least this is a 7-point separation from these Dragons of Lane College. Remember, it took double overtime last year at Tuskegee for the Golden Tigers to come away with a win. You want as much separation as you can from this team late in this ball game.
A small note of discipline. Tyler Smith for Tuskegee did an excellent job of keeping his composure as he took a shot after the whistle on that last return. He had thoughts of retaliating, but thought better of it and went to the sideline. This is the point in the game that a penalty would make a huge difference. Smith walked away from trouble.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're not the culprit causing a problem for the team. Nice call out on that for Smith. Everything doesn't have to be a tackle. Johnson in shotgun for the Dragons. He'll wait and got it into the hands of Kinney. Kinney trying to work it left side, runs into a Tuskegee wall there. Marcus Kinney, the senior from Greenville, Mississippi. Not much left side. Tuskegee shutting that down. I actually lost a yard on that play last. That one going to the far side of the field, and that's where you want them. You want those running backs not going north-south, but east and west. And that right side of the Tuskegee defense, they do exactly that. They push him out, and the pursuit headed toward the sideline. Second down and 11 after the loss of 1. We're under 8 minutes left now in the football game.
Lane taking a lot of time on this play call.
Clock down to 7. And it looks like a flag's coming. Oh, it was down to 8. Just the glare on the sun here. I thought it saw it as 8, but it was down to 0.
The confusion was between the Lane quarterback and their sideline. They got to the line of scrimmage and changed the play. With the added change, they simply ran out of time, and you could see the frustration on some of the linemen for Lane looking to the sideline and say, let's get this thing running.
Sure. They'll get it running now, but it'll be 5 yards deeper. 7:42 remains. Kenny joins Johnson in the backfield, 3 receivers, top of the screen. He'll look that way. Johnson fires across the knee to go to the tight end this time. Lost the football. It's loose on the surface. Tuskegee diving for it, and they come away with the turnover. They got it into the hands of the tight end on a crossing route, Carl Pitts. Pitts took his eyes off of it, let it slip out of his hands. Tuskegee, Johnny on the spot.
The celebration led by Caleb Harrell, the defensive lineman, the tackle for Tuskegee, who showed the pursuit to get to the sideline, make this recovery all the way to the bench, celebrating for the Golden Tigers.
So that defense comes up once again big for Tuskegee on the recovery. Pitts had the catch. It looks like he was trying to maybe transfer the football, and he just lost it on his own. Tuskegee now in that wildcat formation. They'll try to see if they can pick up here another point. Right side on the carry, Spivey, second wave of the defense. Tries to turn the corner, turns his back to the defense now. Pick up of about 5 on the carry by Ronaldo.
If you're Lane College at this point, Charles, with your second turnover in your own territory, it's got to feel a little bit demoralizing to this defense. They know they've got to make a stop here. It's a lot of pressure to hold out Tuskegee from scoring at all.
We approach the 7-minute mark remaining in the football game. Tuskegee with the 24-17 lead and the football down at the 21 of the Dragons. Second down and 4. Wildcat again. Right side Leverett turns his back to the defense, falls ahead, and guess where he fell?
Forward.
Vibes Restaurant first down. Good job by Leverett to get that first.
The Tuskegee running backs must have a moonwalk drill because a lot of them are very adept at running from different angles. Back turn to the line of scrimmage, side. Excellent quickness up front.
Yeah, as the tennis world says goodbye to Rafa Nadal in terms of his retirement, we saw him doing that a lot. A lot of backpedaling by him to catch up with some balls. And this offensive backfield for Tuskegee is doing the same thing. Second wave this time. It's Spivey wrapping up the football. Got about 4 on the carry.
I like the patience by Spivey. Took the handoff and hesitated just a count before he saw some space.
Sure.
Could have been easily stopped for a loss if he had been a little more greedy.
And you made that point a couple of football games ago. And when they start doing that, that's because that offensive line is really starting to create those spaces in there, and they're just waiting for it to unfold. He got 4 on that play. We go down to 5:40 remaining. Touchdown here by Tuskegee will be a big deal. They slide the tight end in motion. They'll run it that way. Spivey looking for space. Now cuts it up back to the interior. This time the defense of the Dragons catch up with him.
Another player for Tuskegee has lost a helmet. Will have to come to the sideline.
That was Spivey on the carry. Oh, actually, no, he's just taking his off for a moment. They had the line up, tight end line up. That's Kamoku, the sophomore from Alabaster, Alabama, that has to come out for a play. Spivey had his off, but I guess he was just getting his locks straight up under there.
You know, watching the Tuskegee team walking to the team bus for the drive here from Memphis, there are some hairstyles on this squad.
Yeah. Made me wish I had more of it. Under 5 remaining. Bill back out on the football field now. Stith in motion. Raekwon in the pocket, dumps it out low to Stith at the corner. Stith slides past one would-be tackler. Pickup of about 2 after the catch. Now Taylor and a couple of the Dragons tie things up, and Taylor gets pulled out of there right away by one of the offensive linemen for Tuskegee. And that was Merriweather, as you referenced, the center for the Golden Tigers. Back to the point about discipline. You don't want that to be a factor for you at this point in the game.
Well, I will say this. When LeBron Merriweather gets in your face at 340 pounds, you stop whatever you're doing and get out of his way.
Yeah. You start bouncing the direction in which he pushed you. And that'll bring up Ryans now to try another field goal. This one, about a 27-yard effort again. Ryans, sidewinder on this one. I think he pushed it left side. No, he was able to push it too. Turned it sideways and got it through the upright.
Flags after the play once again, as there was another scuffle after that last kick.
That was about a 21-yard effort on the field goal by Larkin. He drove it through. Looked funny coming off of his foot because it went directly sideways.
And whatever Sean Stitton is suffering from, he is, again, very slow to the sideline. He's the last man off the field for Tuskegee's front wall.
So Ryan's good on the field goal, but as the umpire crew sets it up, and they're talking about it here, likely going to be an assessment coming against the Dragons on the kickoff. They were talking to head coach Aaron James.
It appears that this call is going against, from the point, against Tuskegee after the play. So this is a dead ball foul. We'll see where the spot is on this next kickoff.
Well, pushing it back the other way. Starting it from there. So, yeah, it'll be against Tuskegee, against them. After the field goal was good by Ryan. So back-to-back field goals by Larkin extends the Tuskegee lead now to 27-17 with less than 4 minutes remaining.
So let's reset with 3 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in this ballgame. Tuskegee has a 27-17 lead, but will be kicking from their own 20-yard line after the penalty on the field goal, which was successful.
This likely will give the Dragons a run back. Ryans has been pinning the kicks into the back of the end zone from the regular kick spot, but we'll see if they do get a return on this one.
Ryans has got to be looking at that dead area, the dead zone between the 30-yard line and the 20.
Yeah, he's going to kick this one straight away. Backpedaling, it'll be Wilson had it and it bounced off of him. Now he'll pick it up, run to the short side of the field, and just roughed up over there on the Dragon sideline by the special teams for the Golden Tigers. They put him down hard over there. All fair play, though.
First player downfield for Tuskegee, Tamarcus Grayson, number 51. He's a backup linebacker. An excellent sprint down the sideline and stopped what could have been a much longer return for Lane.
And you talk about the Golden Tigers on special teams on that effort there. They did a good job as they got downfield knowing that they had been penalized and got down to have some good coverage on that kick.
So if you're Tuskegee's defense, Charles, you got to be thinking Lane is going to the passing game. They'll probably drop their safeties slightly deeper than they were early in the game.
Golden Tigers, as Johnson's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage and put down by that front four by the Golden Tigers for a sack.
That's a coverage sack because Lane had two receivers in the deep pattern trying to get open around the 30-yard line, but Tuskegee's safety, led by Malik Moore, who was dropping at about the same distance at the 30, nothing doing against that coverage.
You referenced this situation for that Golden Tiger defense, also one in which this defensive secondary in particular can start trying to get that fourth pick of the season, knowing that this is definitely going to be passing scenarios for the Dragons.
Give credit to Anthony Scott on the sack for Tuskegee.
Here they come with the pressure up front. They push it upfield. That one's overthrown, trying to get it into the hands of Barbane. But the coverage step for step there, provided by Malik Moore from that linebacking spot. You can't cover it any tighter than that.
Also, Rossi Grimes had deep coverage. Now, we've called Grimes' name a lot as a blitzing linebacker disguised as a safety, but Grimes that time dropped deep, and he was very close to making a play on that ball.
Yeah, good coverage there by that secondary for the Golden Tigers, and Malik Moore just all over Bahrain trying to come across the middle on the route. Third down whistles at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by Coach Brown and the Dragons with 3:11 remaining.
Tuskegee dropped his safeties in that last coverage before the play that was halted. Their safeties were about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, just taking a slightly deeper drop, daring Lane to throw underneath.
Yeah, they know that they are in a throwing situation, meaning the Dragons and Lane College. Right now, the coverage has been superb by that Golden Tiger defense. 27-17, Tuskegee leads. Next weekend, Golden Tigers at home on Open House Day and Military Appreciation Day at Cleve Abbott Memorial Stadium. Start the day off at Moton Field with the air fly-in at Moton Field, open to the entire community. Tuskegee, Auburn, Montgomery, everybody in the area come out for the full throttle formation flying team with some precision flying of aircraft, Mark, that they built themselves. It's a team of 12 of them that they'll be doing some performing out there at Moton Airfield from 9 to 12. Vendors on site. Also some STEM activity going on with career information about the airline industry, not only as a commercial thing, but military careers as well. And then just scoot your way over to Abbott Field for the football game afterwards.
With new life being breathed back into Moton Field with Tuskegee's aviation program, the next few years should be very interesting at Tuskegee.
Indeed it will. Underneath route, they got it in the hands of Dewey. Dewey with the catch. Near the first down marker, wrapped up by that secondary of the Golden Tigers. They were playing prevent, so the pass underneath, naturally they completed that. But the defense was able to cover and stop him about a yard shy of the first down.
By that spot, looks like they mark him about a yard shy.
But no, at 2:50 remaining, no doubt about it, the Dragons are going to go for this on a 4th and 1. Almost have to. Snap to Johnson. He'll try to tuck and run. He's going to have to move forward. They stopped him way back in the backfield. Yeah. That never got past go there. Yeah, it was a straight run, and Tuskegee beat him to the punch.
Lance Watkins, the defensive lineman, pounding himself in the chest, knowing he got that stop. And in the celebration, falls to the ground awkwardly. I'm hoping he wasn't injured on the celebration.
Well, he ran into Terrence Mays coming toward the sideline, and Mays trying to give him the high five in the air.
300-pounders do not need to be giving high fives.
Coach James over to take a peek at Mays. Yeah, you don't want that kind of beef floating around.
Well, Charles, while we also have a minute on our chapter challenge, I'm going to give another recognition to 3 Tuskegee alumni chapter presidents who have voiced their support for the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Arthur Woodson, chapter president, New York. Janet Mann, chapter president of Montgomery, Alabama. And last but not least, Charlotte Hopkins, who has given us enthusiastic support from her role as chapter president of Atlanta. I can't tell you how much we appreciate the 3 of you. And the chapter challenge is for all other Tuskegee chapter presidents to get on board, get on the team, because the train's getting ready to leave the station.
Indeed. You want to have your name called just like the rest of those. Get on board with us, and we'll be sure to get the recognition to you as this season continues to unfold.
What the impression saying, keep people get ready?
Yeah, the train is coming. After the exchange of the football, Golden Tigers continue to come. They lead it 27-17, whistles and flags at the line of scrimmage.
Seemed to be moving up front for Tuskegee as Lane was trying to show some movement themselves on the defensive front, trying to draw them offside.
And it's easy to engage us with the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Each week you'll get a notification from your chapter about the game coming up this week. All you got to do is just respond to email saying you're going to push it out.
And it's 3 easy steps. Tuskegee website, go to the athletics website, go to football, go to the schedule, and under the schedule you'll see the list of games. Just click on the icon for the game that week, and voila.
And you're there. Just like that, you got the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Leverett to the line of scrimmage. Tuskegee just now trying to get this clock running here with 2:24 remaining in the football game. 2:20 running now, 27-17 lead. So they did not take this ball game as one that was just on the schedule that they were overlooking. They knew that they had to come here inside the Lane Field and play a solid football game to get past this 1-14.
Well, it's a tremendous show of maturity for these young men, because we know that the 42-0 donut that they dropped on Morehouse could have been easy to say we've done something, but they attacked this game. During pregame, a few of the coaches were saying this is a championship game. So they were not taking it lightly, and they instilled in their team to come out and take Lane seriously, and they've had a solid game so far.
Yeah, they've started to string things together now. This will be their 3rd win in a row. And as we talked about the schedule in the SIAC was remaining for the Golden Tigers, out of the teams that are still in it as a possible 1 and 2 within the conference, Tuskegee with a good schedule going into the latter part of the season if they can just do what they need to do in each ball game, that is to win.
Well, you take a slightly different approach that I do on this. I say play them one at a time.
Indeed.
You've got a home game coming up. The Tuskegee Golden Tigers would like nothing better to see the Tiger Nation show up in full force, feel the love of the home crowd, and see if they can go for 4.
Indeed, they'll have the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. They won this afternoon by beating the Tigers of Benedict in SIAC action.
Do they still have that standing horse mascot?
It likely will be there.
The standing horse.
Yeah.
Comes to Tuskegee.
Yeah, you remember we were there doing a game there years and years ago, and the horse actually ran out of his head. On the ground, they keep it. Sliding back to the middle. I think that's Stith with the football for the Golden Tigers, running it close to the first down marker.
Excellent ball fake out of the Wildcat.
Yeah, that was Malik Davis. Or was that out of the Wildcat? I beg your pardon. Yeah, okay.
You were so mesmerized by the standing horse of Kentucky State. It was a great call, though. I have to give you credit, because the first time you pointed it out, as we look at the replay, that was a nice ball fake out of the Wildcat formation. You don't normally trust running backs to be that deceptive.
Minute 19 in the clock running, Mark, as a survey out there that is quarterback Malik Davis there for Tuskegee on that last run. So Davis was there with that carry and inserted here after he picked up about 4. That'll bring up a 3rd down, and looks like they're going to try to reset, call a timeout. Tuskegee did. I believe they did before the play clock expired. So Tuskegee now with 62 seconds left can start thinking about packing up the gear now and headed back to Tuskegee. Now have a full week of work in terms of getting ready for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. The open house and Military Appreciation Day, welcoming, I think they anticipate about maybe 300, 350 potential students coming in to just survey the campus and talk to some of the administrators, various departments, just to get a sense of what that campus is like and whether they want to dive into Tuskegee after their high school years.
Get a look at the Tuskegee huddle. Head coach Aaron James got his pregame workout in at 8 o'clock this morning at the hotel. And as tradition, the times that I have barely missed him at the hotel gym, Tuskegee's run off apparently 3 consecutive wins.
62 seconds remains. On the ground, Leverett, right side, looks for some space.
Tuskegee now with a 4th and about 5 coming up as Leverett was taking the ball to the right sideline. We have 50 seconds remaining in this ball game. It'll appear that there will be an exchange of possession on this. Tuskegee going with nothing fancy, just keeping the ball on the ground and trying to run clock with this 10-point lead. Game in hand, you don't want any types of mistakes for the Golden Tigers. They'll happily punt this away and let their defense take over.
Indeed. This football game started with kind of command of that line of scrimmage. And that four-headed set of running backs for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, all of them being very influential in this football game behind that solid offensive line up front for the Golden Tigers. Now I believe Ryan's going to be on, Larkin Ryan's for just the second time. Well, he's probably played about 4 times in this football game for Tuskegee. 1 on the fake. May consider that as the Alabama Power TU play of the day.
That was a huge pickup.
Sure. They needed that first down. They were like 4th and 3 set for the punt. And Ryans ran it for the first down. This time bumped as he got the kick away. And this one headed away from the coverage, right side and out of bounds.
We're going to have to work on Ryan's acting skills because after that last punt, he was actually run into by Lane with a little bit of force. That's the time when you want to go flailing and earn that Academy Award for best scene out of a murder mystery. But Ryan just stood there, took the punishment.
Okay. Well,
goes to the sideline.
I'm going to stand up for Larkin in this situation, right? You got 48 seconds left. You lead 27-17. He only does that when it's critical to the game. Right?
Okay.
All the crowds left the theater already, right?
I say go for the trophy.
Just go for it, right? Every time, right? Whether it's thousands or one, put on the performance, huh? Johnson, he's done a nice job performing for the Dragons of Lane College. This time throws underneath and catch made. And scooting down the sideline was Barbrain for the Dragons.
Barbrain just ran out of sideline. He was sprinting deeper into Tuskegee territory. He's going to be marked out of bounds at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, you look at this replay, man, he's just so quick and so fast that Tuskegee commanding in size, but it's just like a water bug scooting across the water. Now on the ground, this is Kenny scooting toward the sidelines, and he'll get out of bounds with 33 seconds left for the Dragons of Lane College.
2 huge chunk plays for Lane underneath the coverage, making the completion, allowing the running backs and receivers to do the work.
Tuskegee obviously in prevent at this point, so those plays starting underneath. And this time, Kenny able to run it out of bounds. Down at the 36 of TU. Snap. Johnson upfield, unloads it toward the sideline, too high for Kenny and out of bounds. Pressure at the corners by Tuskegee on Johnson.
Give credit to Tyler Wells, defensive end for Tuskegee. We've talked about the defensive ends for Tuskegee. Wells is only 235 pounds. Did an excellent job of fighting past that huge offensive line for Lane and getting in on the quarterback.
Just 28 seconds remaining in this football game. Chance to thank the athletics director here at Lane College, Derek Burrows, for allowing us to fully stream this football game, audio and video on the road here from Lane College. Still trying to get confirmation next weekend as to whether we'll do the same. We know we do it at home, but when we get ready for Central State. And pull down from behind that time is Johnson trying to scramble. And he's pulled down with just 17 seconds left. A couple of substitutions in there for Tuskegee. And on that stop, Woods for them that time.
Last play of the game.
Johnson going toward the end zone in coverage there. Got a man behind the coverage, and that's a touchdown. And guess who caught it? Touchdown into the hands of Rashad Wilson for the Dragons of Lane College. Not exactly what Tuskegee wanted to end that on. Well, they said that was incomplete. Was it?
Difficult to make
Maybe
out
at
the
back of the
yard
end zone.
markers. I think he was out of bounds on that last catch.
So
the quarterback for Lane, Nigel Johnson, can barely walk. He's wearing number 40, stumbling at about the 40-yard line as the clock runs out.
So the pass was thrown. It was thrown at the base of the end zone. And Wilson did catch it, but he was off the field of play. So the score will remain. Tuskegee wins it 27-17 over the Dragons of Lane College here on the campus of Lane College, or just off the campus here at Lane Field. So the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee will up their season mark now to an even 3-3. And more importantly, they go to 3-1 in the SIAC. For the Dragons of Lane College, they fall to 1-5, and they go to 1-4 in the SIAC. Dragons of Lane College up next. They'll have the Marauders of Central State. And for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, at home on Saturday against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. We'll take a time out here. When we come back, we will wrap things up from Lane Field. This is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Live on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Tuskegee on the road this afternoon. They win it over the Dragons of Lane College 27-17 and doing themselves a favor in conference play with the win here this afternoon. Mark, in a good football game that Tuskegee kind of commanded from the beginning, they just were able to string things together, and particularly the work of Raekwon Beal at quarterback really seemed to settle in this afternoon.
Raekwon Beal, to your point, with every game, it seemed more comfortable with his receivers. Had an excellent day passing, hitting receivers in stride, but I want to give a shout out to the defense. For the third consecutive week, they've shown up in the second half and done work. Lane was stopped 27-17 by Tuskegee's defense.
That's a good chance for us to interject now Coca-Cola Defensive Play of the Day, because it really is that defense of Tuskegee that really is responsible for the play of the day. You see it right here on that surge where they stopped them short of the line to make on that fourth down effort. So that defense for the Golden Tigers comes up golden this afternoon. Coca-Cola Defensive Play of the Day for the Golden Tigers. And not to be outdone, we have to talk about the offense for Tuskegee. The Alabama Power TU Play of the Day really came in a big part of the ball game, and it came from Chase Sellers from the line of scrimmage. Sellers got to the second, third wave of that defense, and then it was Sellers working his way down the sideline left side, and where he winds up, for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee with the Alabama Power TU Play of the Day.
Sellers changed direction about 3 times on that run. Every time he planted, he was darting at full speed.
Full speed ahead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They win it this afternoon 27-17 over the Dragons of Lane College. And Mark Lassiter, always a pleasure to work with you.
Great being here with you. The only decision now is where we're having dinner.
Oh, we'll figure that out somewhere between here and Memphis for sure. Special thanks to Tuskegee University President Dr. Mark Brown, Dr. Rolandus Rice, Tuskegee University Chief Operating Officer and Director of Athletics. Thanks for joining us at the break. AD Reginald Ruffin, Deborah Rogers, Chief Deputy Athletics Directors here at Tuskegee, Tanya Lee and Stefan Smith in Communications and Marketing. And to the #1 SID in the SIAC, Jordan Benson, Sports Information Director at Tuskegee. Game day operations, Nick Brown, great job by you, Nick. Thanks for getting us where we need to be. And for our entire team, producer Marcus Burnett, Lisa Burnett, our director, and the camera crew that tails us throughout the season. Great job of work here from Lane Field. Members of our crew this afternoon, Mark Lassiter, Charles Ward with the play call, Simone Stanley, Dylan Matthews. One of the two will join us next weekend from Abbott Memorial Stadium at Tuskegee. Until then, Charles Ward on behalf of everybody here at the Golden Tiger Sports Network, Saint, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon on the road in Jackson, Tennessee. We will see you from the confines of Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium next weekend from Tuskegee, Alabama. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.